Right, we're back. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We have finally got our technical issues sorted. Fingers crossed, hopefully. We had some technical issues with first off with the touchpad on my laptop, which for some reason decided to go do lally. And then I think it's the heat, to be honest. I think the heat, the cables and everything just can't take the heat today. It's absolutely sweltering here in England. And then for some reason, then it just started buffering the stream. I think there's been some issues with YouTube and third-party streamers. We won't bore you with all of that. But basically, long story short, there's a load of issues going on with YouTube and all sorts. Ethan, what did you do to the mouse? I didn't do anything. Believe it or not, the touchpad on my laptop stopped working. Right, the touchpad on my laptop just stopped working. Wouldn't work. So when the stream went down earlier, I ran out to Argos and bought a mouse. That's literally, I was like, bang, straight in the car, out, bought a mouse. Even that worked, but then I had to have, because I've only got 2 USB ports, I can either only have the camera. I've got the camera and the mic plugged in. I couldn't have the mouse plugged in, so I would have had to unplug the mic to move the mouse. It would have been an absolute kerfuffle. So I just needed the mouse to try and disable the driver and do all this mad stuff, honestly. Oh, I've been running around all day. It's been an absolute mayhem sort of day. But anyway, forget all that. We're live for Spain and England now. The buffering should be fine. I'm hoping the buffering should be fine now because I now have a wired connection to the Wi-Fi and the router. I am all wired up, so there's no Wi-Fi. I am straight connected to the router. So there should be, famous last words, there should be no issues now with buffering. Fingers crossed that is the case. But anyway, big thank you to our sponsors, Match Bingo. As always, just want to say again, massive thank you to them for continuing to sponsor Premier League Dad. They are a wonderful combination of all the fun and excitement of a bet on the football with all the fun and excitement that you would associate with a game of bingo. You can buy a bingo card for this game tonight, England under-21s against Spain under-21s. It'll cost you £2. You can go and buy a bingo card. You'll get 15 random events on that bingo card, and you can see it on your phone. It'll say things like corner to England, free kick to Spain, and as those things happen, it marks it off on your phone. You can get prizes for a line, or you will get prizes for a line, prizes for 2 lines, prizes for a full house, and you can win yourself a small fortune. Over 200 grand of prize money has already been paid out to over 10,000 Match Bingo players across the UK, and they are growing incredibly quickly. So go and check them out and help support the channel as well by doing so. If you do want to check them out, you can scan the QR code which is on screen at any point during this live, or you can go to my description and you can click the link in there. And if you do deposit, you can click the link to download the app. That costs you nothing. Go and check it out, see if it's for you. If you do decide to deposit and you deposit £5, you will get £10 free with my Premier League Dad special link, right? So deposit £5, you get £10 free to go and check it out and see if you get a winner. And let me know if you do, by the way. Let me know if you get any winners on tonight's game. I've got my bingo card. Go and get yours. And with that said, let's get stuck into this one. Yo, Gav, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Right, honestly, I have had an absolute shocker, but I have finally sorted, I think, the buffering out. I think I've sorted the buffering. I don't want to tempt fate, but I think I've sorted the buffering, and I think I've sorted the mouse situation out. It's literally been the worst couple of days for technical issues. But I've never had any technical issues at all in 6 months, and then all of a sudden, I've had loads in the last couple of days. So hopefully that's a good sign that things are picking up. Does it go straight to pens or extra time? It'll be extra time. Yeah, extra time, then penalties. I have got the lineups on screen there now. I have just put the lineups back on screen in case anyone does want to see them. You can see them there. 1 second. Oh, there you go. Right. Wonderful. I think we're good. Right. Thank you to those that liked and commented and everything before. If you can keep liking and commenting, just to get me back up to where we was before we had to end everything. Right, here we go. Let's see if I can get everything back on TikTok as well, because we were up and running on TikTok too. Substub, I'm starting to get a bit aggy, to be honest. Not the type of guy to piss off. What do you mean you're starting to get a bit aggy? To be honest, mate, I do think it's the heat with you streaming to multiple platforms. Your Wi-Fi with the heat is just getting hot. Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I need, like, a fan on that as well, maybe. Maybe I need a fan on the Wi-Fi on the router. I don't know. Cavwords, kickoff 8 PM, alright? 8 PM, yes, it is 8 PM. Yeah, 8 PM kickoff. And the lineups we've already gone through. Ethan, I'm just tell him yourself. Why do I need to tell him? Tell him. Kee, have you fixed it now? I think we have fixed it. Yeah, I think we have fixed it. Hopefully, anyway. I ran out to Argos and bought a brand new mouse because my touchpad stopped working on my laptop, and I think I've fixed it now, so I don't need this. This is just wasted a tenner on a wired mouse. But I think I've fixed it anyway for now. Hopefully we don't get any more issues. It's only started happening recently since this heat wave. Maybe it is, yeah, maybe it's just coincidence with the heat wave. Maybe it's just that. Let's hope so. Anyway. Substub, you know when I show someone love and get none in return, maybe I mean upset, not aggy. What are you talking about? Is this someone else? What are you on about? Gav's highlights. No way you went to Argos. I did, mate, yeah. I had to run out and go and get a mouse just to try and sort it out. And to be honest, as soon as it happened, I was like, there's no way at all this is going to get fixed in time for the Netherlands game. But I can maybe try and catch the England-Spain one. So I had to go out. It took 45 minutes to do a full system restore on my laptop. Then I had to sort the mouse out, uninstall the driver, reinstall it, everything. It was just a full-on nightmare. King Sloth, when are we getting a wall change? Start of the new season. Yeah, start of the new season. I've said I'm going to go with the start of the new season. I'll get it all, take all the shirts down and we'll go again. Kiveworks, don't we play versus Crystal Palace in the Community Shield or something? Yes, we do, yeah. We do. We're playing against them. That is live. We'll be watching that as well. Aston King, would you say that England have a better squad? If so, extra time would suit us. I'm not sure we do have a better squad. No, I'm not sure we do. I think when I watched England against Germany the other day, we were pretty poor, you know. We were pretty poor. Daz, who's your favourite player for us all time? For Liverpool, it's got to be Gerrard. Yeah, I love Gerrard. I love Fowler. I love Coutinho. I love Suarez. I love Van Dijk. Alisson. Oh, it's too many. There's too many. But, everyone goes back to Stevie Gerrard. Everybody goes back to Stevie Gerrard. Is it the 6th of August? No, I think it's the 10th. I'm pretty sure it's the 10th. Can't remember. Ostermorg, what Liverpool players are playing right now? Harvey Elliott is playing. Jarrell Kwanzaa is playing. Tyler Morton is on the bench. That's it, I think, as far as Liverpool players. Aston King, are you Scouse or English? I am neither. I would consider myself neither. Maybe I'm more English than I am Scouse, I guess. But I don't really support England. Yeah, I don't really support England. But I'm not Scouse either. I've not got a purple wheelie bin. And I've not got a... I wasn't born in Liverpool. Not got an L postcode, so... I wouldn't claim to be a Scouser. But I am a Liverpool fan. The Real Donut DJ17, Huddersfield going up. Huddersfield have just had a bid turned down for someone, haven't they? Saw that the other day, but Huddersfield had a big... Yeah, I don't know. Substub, don't worry, Key, but I won't be mugged off if you get what man is saying. No, I have no idea what you're saying, Substub. You're going to have to be more explicit than that. What are you talking about? Who are you talking about? I don't understand what you're getting at, mate. Just be very, very clear. That makes a lot more sense. King Sloth, can you please take that Liverpool one down? It's spoiling the great clubs up there. The Real Donut daily reminder that Huddersfield have more league titles than Tottenham. You love that, don't you? Kai Wirtz or Kirkes, Frimpong and Wirtz will do their debut versus Palace. Probably, yeah. I mean, well, competitive debuts, yeah. Daz, isn't Morton starting? Is Morton starting? Let me have a look. Is Morton starting? He is starting. Morton is starting. I called it wrong. You're absolutely right. Yes, Daz. He is starting. So Morton, Kwanzaa and Elliott are all starting. So that's great. Sorry, yeah. Morton is starting. So the Liverpool transfer list is playing. Basically, yeah. Basically. Aston King, you sound very Scouse. Love the accent. No, mate. I've got like a mongrel accent. I was born about 15, 20 minutes outside of Anfield, away from Anfield. But basically, I grew up all my life in a place called St Helens. It's like halfway between Liverpool and Manchester. I've worked in Manchester for years. I've worked in Liverpool for years. Lived in Warrington. Lived in Widnes. I've kind of bounced around the northwest and Merseyside. So it's a bit of a mishmash of everything. Morton starting will be interesting though. Yeah, Morton starting will be a very, very interesting one because he's a very, very likeable player. You know, Tyler Morton. He'll do really, really well somewhere else. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if someone like Newcastle or someone like that actually came in and took Tyler Morton from us because he was brilliant at Hull. He was absolutely brilliant at Hull and he just needs game time. Same with Harvey Elliott, really. Harvey Elliott, Tyler Morton, Ben Doak, any of them. They're all really good players. I don't know if I said hello, Chimey, but I'll say hello again. Good to see you, mate. I'm hoping that there is a noticeable improvement with the quality of the stream and the Wi-Fi and everything. G. Lawrence, Jorrel Hato to Arsenal. Have you seen much of him? Yes, I've seen quite a bit of him. Jorrel Hato to Arsenal doesn't make a lot of sense though to me. I'm not sure why Hato would go to Arsenal. Feels like they've got really good cover on the left-hand side. They've got Calafiori, they've got Lewis Skelly. Centre-back, obviously, unless they're going to get rid of Kivior. And Ben White as well can play in there. They've obviously Gabriel and Saliba. They seem to be okay at the back. I'm not sure why they would go for Hato. Hato's a good young player, but it just seems like a bizarre move. It's the same with Rodrigo. I don't know why Arsenal would go and spend probably the best part of 130 million on Hato and Rodrigo when I'm not sure they are the two positions they most need sorting, to be honest. But there you go. On the road FC, hey up mate, I'm about to go live myself. What did you think of the Mamelodi Sundowns Dortmund game? Very surprising. I didn't watch the game, I should say. I was far too busy troubleshooting on here. I had loads of technical issues trying to go live. I think the sun and the heat have just cooked my hardware setup here. So yeah, the laptop, everything, the camera, the wires, the internet, everything was all over the place today. So I think it seemed like a very interesting game. Mamelodi Sundowns went ahead, obviously 4-3 it finished. So yeah, it would have been a great game, but I haven't seen it, I'm afraid, mate. Ostermorg, how does Morton compare to Bajcetic? I like Bajcetic as well. I think Bajcetic can play deeper in maybe even at centre-back. He played quite a bit for Las Palmas, so I'd quite like to see Bajcetic stay. I think Tyler Morton should have gone last summer, but we convinced him to stay around, and he was maybe badly advised. I think he should have kicked up a fuss and left last summer, because he would have got a very good move. And now he's spent 12 months basically sat on a bench and he's frustrated. He's wasted a year of his career at Liverpool. He's too good to be sat on the bench. I think he could go and end up kicking on and being a very reliable Premier League player, put it that way. Maybe not a top player, but a very reliable one. Like, put it this way, I think if Everton signed Tyler Morton, I think if Brentford signed Tyler Morton, I think Tyler Morton would go in and play over Norgard. Definitely not Damsgaard. He would go in and play over Norgard, I think, for Brentford. I think he would go in and play over the likes of Gay at Everton. He's a very, very talented player. Pedri Lover, you're back. I am back. Yes, Kingsloth, do you think if Arsenal can't or don't win the league this season, it's time up for Arteta? Sorry, 1 second. On the road FC, I had the same on my live. It was a crazy game, to be fair. Oh, God, thank God for that. At least it's not just me struggling with it. Do you think if Arsenal don't win the league this season, it's time up for Arteta? No. I think it might be for the fans. The fans will get impatient, but I'm not sure that it'll be boiled. I think the board will probably let them off. I think the board, as long as they're getting European football, they don't really care. So the fans will probably decide whether or not they push him out, but I think the board will be fine. Gav, no buffering, you're absolute perfection. Do we have to win or we are out? Well, it's the quarter-final now, mate. Yeah, so it's a straight knockout tie, this. It's a straight knockout. Alright, Mush, long time no see, lad. Good to see you, Ollie. How's it going? Good to see you. Has there been any signings since for Sunderland? I'm not sure if there has there? I think you signed, obviously, the Faye. Has anyone else signed for Sunderland in the last few days? Or are there any rumours that I might have missed? Educate us on Sunderland, mate. I want to hear. Bobby Clark did that, didn't he? But not sure how he's progressed. No, Bobby Clark, he left. But he left when he was a lot younger than Morton. And he hadn't had the same sort of a foundation as Morton. Morton went out for the Championship and did really, really well. Ollie, nah, mate, only the Faye. Right, okay. Excuse me. Right, well, we are 10 minutes away from kickoff. I have put the lineups up on YouTube. I need to double check. I might do a poll now. Let's do a poll. We've got tomorrow's games, Sunday night's games. I think we're going to do the under-21s games. As it stands, it's probably those two that we need to be prioritising. There's not too many others that it's worth watching. We've got 5 o'clock tomorrow. Juventus against Wydad or Denmark against France. I think we're going to watch Denmark and France. And then at 8 o'clock, it's Germany v Italy or Real Madrid against Pachuca. I'll put that one up as the poll. We'll put that one up as the poll. 8 PM tomorrow night. Let me create a poll now, and we'll do that for tomorrow and see which ones people want to watch. Personally, I don't really think the oh no, I'm not scheduling a stream. I want to go to that one. I think the better game to watch will be Germany against Italy, but I imagine people will probably want to watch the Real Madrid and Pachuca one, but I don't know. Which game should we watch tomorrow at 8 PM? Real Madrid versus Pachuca. Club World Cup. Good morning, Joe. How's it going? Good to see you, sir. Germany under-21 versus Italy under-21 quarter-final. Right. Start poll. Right, if you want to vote in that, if you're on TikTok, if you want to vote in that, you need to get over to YouTube. Go and check it out. Go and let me know which game you think we should be watching tomorrow night. Is it going to be Germany-Italy in the under-21s, or is it going to be Real Madrid against Pachuca? Those are the two 8 PM games tomorrow night. The 5 o'clock game, I am gonna put in Denmark and France, because I think Denmark and France is going to be better than Juventus against Wydad. I'm not watching Juventus against Wydad. That's going to be a really poor game. Ollie, good news though, no more school. Get in. FM No Casuals. It's a shame Sunderland's young players don't fancy a battle in the Premier League. Yeah, I would have. Well, I mean, Tom Watson, I was really surprised that he went. I can't believe he went, to be honest. I thought he would have stayed and been a starter, a regular starter for Sunderland in the Prem. Because I've watched him for the under-19s. I don't think he gets a kick for Brighton. I don't think he gets a kick. Brighton would actually be far better, I think, sending him back out on loan. Maybe back out on loan to Sunderland. They'd be far better off doing that. Finners Matty, I think the Club World Cup will be better in the knockout rounds. Yep, I totally agree. I think once we get to the knockout rounds of the Club World Cup, it starts getting a bit more interesting, doesn't it? So at that point, it might be worth maybe those games at that point become more easier to watch, let's say. Gav, hopefully Italy win that one. You don't like the Germans, do you, Gav? I quite like the Germans team. They were really good yesterday. Or whenever it was we watched them against England under 21s. It Wednesday, Thursday. Finners, will you be watching Champions League qualifying? Yes, I'm very, very excited by the Champions League qualifying games because they're coming up thick and fast. And it means that in July, we've got a load of games that are going to start for the Conference League, the Europa League, the Champions League. All of those qualifying games start across Europe, ready for the league phase. So we'll be watching loads and loads of that. Absolutely loads of that. Substub, what are you on? What are you on about being mugged off for? What were you saying you were being mugged off for? What was that about? But yes, there are Champions League qualifiers coming up very soon. DB LFC, what do you think of the Gay rumours? I'm excited. Yes, Mark Gay will be a very, very good signing, I think. Very, very good signing. And it looks like Palace are already starting to make plans for his replacement, looking at Ousmane Diamand from Sporting Lisbon. So, yeah, it'll be quite a cool signing that, I think, if we can manage to get Gay. 24 as well. I don't know why. I had it in my head that he was like 26 or 27. 24. And he's the captain as well, and he's already won an FA Cup. He's a good player, I think. He'll do well at Liverpool. Do very well. FM No Casuals. I don't mind Germany at all. It's a rivalry that's faded away from me. Kate Goycochea, you are from Albacete, kid. I am not from Albacete, but I quite like to be in Albacete. Lovely place. Congrats on that lad from Germany. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next season. Yeah, it's a rivalry that's faded away from me. I always find it weird that the Germans don't see England as their main rivals in football. Apparently Germany's biggest rivalry is the Dutch. Germans and the Dutch don't get on, whereas they see the England and Argentina as the more prominent rivalry. How accurate that is, I don't know, but that seems to be the rumours. Chimey, over 2.5 for Madrid's game. Thoughts against Pachuca? Ooh, I don't know about that, I don't know about that, Finners Matty, thoughts on Onana to Monaco rumours. Do we think he's likely to go? Apparently all the news seems to be that he's happy to stay, that he's told Amorim he doesn't want to go anywhere. Yeah, apparently he said he doesn't want to go anywhere. He's quite happy to stay and fight for his place. Substub, I just don't like giving someone love and getting none back, that's all. Giving who love? What are you talking about? Giving someone love and getting none back? I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Jake, what do you think of Wirtz having less chances created than Cole Palmer, Bruno F and Odegaard in a worse league? Have you overpaid? No, I don't think so. And we say worse league, but Bayern, Frankfurt, Dortmund, all these teams, Leverkusen, they've all knocked English teams out in recent years. We've had good battles with German teams over the years. German teams have reached Champions League finals in recent years as well. So, yeah, if I'm really honest, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we have overpaid. I think Bruno Fernandes has got 2 goals from open play. I saw that earlier today. I don't know if you saw that stat. Bruno Fernandes got 2 goals from open play last season. 2. Apparently he was up for Player of the Year. 2 goals from open play. That gets you a nomination for Player of the Year. So, and I think he's far better than Florian Wirtz. Sorry, I think Florian Wirtz is far better than Bruno Fernandes. Anyone? Jesus. Why have you mentioned that? I don't know why you've mentioned that, mate. I think you might, honestly, Substub, I think it might be worth maybe taking a break for tonight, mate. I think it might be worth taking a break. Seem maybe the sweat's getting the heat's getting to you. I don't know. You said you felt aggy. If you're not feeling it, mate, then maybe just chill out. Eagle Eye edits, name a footballer for an edit. Footballer for an edit. Harvey Elliott, why not? We're watching England under 21s. Andrew, how's it going? Big up, Andrew. Good to see you, mate. Sully the Saint goes fishing. Kirkes deal just collapsed. Don't be silly. Ollie SAFC, what's your thoughts on the fixtures like? I'm very happy with Sunderland's first few games. Who've Sunderland got in the first few games? Sub bro, I stopped and changed subject. You brought it back up. Yeah, but why did you bring it up in the first place? What are you getting at, mate? Just stop cutting. Stop skirting around it. What's the problem? What is the issue? We're watching a game of football, mate. What's the problem? David Tudor, have the Club World Cup been any good? Has it been any good? No. In short, I don't think it has been very good. It's been pretty poor to watch, I would say. It's only been maybe in the last... I think it's going to take... We've all said it. I think it's going to be the knockout rounds before we start to see that tournament really live up to expectations. But the main thing is we're off here. We're off and underway. We are looking forward to this one. It's going to be a really good game, I think. Spain against England. Andrew, what do players have against Van Dijk? Crazy, not even nominated. I don't think it's the players who... Do the players vote for him? I think there's a panel that puts the 6 together and then the players vote for that. I don't think the players vote to get them on the panel, to get them on the shortlist. I think the shortlist is created by a panel. Like we have for the last several months. Right, so what are you on about? Mate, you're doing me. Just say what is the issue? What is the issue? Why are you getting aggy? What's the problem? Oh, Spain, unlucky. It's gone over the bar. Ollie, hi mate, I've come on YouTube. Better than TikTok. Cheers, Ollie. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Really appreciate you coming across. Thanks, mate. Jake, come on, Frankfurt wouldn't hold up with Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea or Prem. Maybe Bayern, that's it. I think Leverkusen would have, mate. Kai words, have they started now? Yes, mate, they have. The game is off and running. If you do want to go and check it out on YouTube, we've got the clock and the scoreboard and everything, so you can actually keep a track on where everything's up to. Oh, is it claim for the handball? Did he give a pen? Has he give the pen? What's he give? He's give the penalty. It's a penalty to Spain. 1 minute in. 1 minute in. 1 minute in. There you go. It's a penalty to Spain. Matteo Joseph with the shot. Big deflection. Comes back out. Another shot from the edge of the area. And Cresswell. Oh, Cresswell. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But I think it is. It's a penalty to Spain. Started really poorly for England. And it is going to be a penalty. VAR are going to check it. But within 2 minutes, penalty. Substub, oh my God, you said we were watching football. And I replied with... What? Right, and yeah, I think that's it, mate. I think you've literally, if the next comment from you doesn't very clearly say what is up with you tonight, then I think that's maybe the end of the road. So just let me know what's wrong and why you're being so aggy, or maybe we just call it quits. So what's the problem? I'll ask like a very grown-up, mature way, in a very grown-up and mature way. Just mano-y-mano, what is the problem with you? I think I'm being very nice. What is the problem with you? Why are you being so aggy? What is the problem? It's all nice. We've all watched football for months. It's nice. It's lovely in the chat. There's only one of you people being aggy in the chat. What is the problem? I've asked you really clearly. It's not like I don't care. I'm asking. What is the problem? Tell me. If you tell me, I'll try and fix it. I'll try and work on it. There's going to be a check. It's going to be a VAR check. Here we go. Clive Words, are you sure it's a pen? Well, there's going to be a check. Andrew, he's probably a troll. He's not a troll. Because I am dyslexia and I can't explain, I've tried my best. I think I am being very nice. Alright, okay. I think timeout's probably best for tonight, mate. I think come back when you've calmed down. That'd probably be the best thing. I don't think it is going to be a pen. He's going to go and check it. But I mean, it looks like he tries and moves his arm out the way, but his arm is out. His arm is out for sure. His arm is out. Here we go. I think it's going to be one of them. No pen. No ped. No ped. No pen. No handball. No pen. No pen. Penalty has been ruled out. Trafford gets the ball back and he's quite relieved not to be facing a penalty. We thought that might have been in, you know. We thought that might have been it. But there you go. No, penalty has been overturned after going to the monitor. Well done from the ref. Kiev is the final and the semi on Channel 4. Yes, it's all on Channel 4, I believe. All of it now. Reece, excellent decision from the VAR. It was, wasn't it, I thought. Really, really well flagged by the lino, or well, the VAR judge, obviously, to go and have a look. And good on the ref for overturning his own decision. I think that was the right thing to do. Jamie, see, I tell you it's rigged. Go on, Harvey Elliott. Oh, he's fluffed it there. He's fluffed it. Kive, I think Spain are cheats. Why do you think they're cheats? Clips HQ, do you reckon it's worth putting 20 quid on United to win the league next season, 22-1? Only if you want to lose your money. Only if you want to lose your money. Ollie, West Ham at home. Burnley away, Brentford at home. That's all right. That's a decent few games. Yeah, very decent few games. ZQXV is the quarter final, only one leg or two. Yeah, it's just one. This is it. That's it. That is it. ZQXV, who is the captain for the under-21s? I think... Who is the captain for the under-21s, is it? It's McAtee. I didn't think it was McAtee. I thought it was... for some reason, I thought it was Elliott. But no, it's McAtee. James McAtee is the captain. And it's Turientes, the captain for Spain. He plays for Sociedad. Andrew, one thing I don't like about pre-season is we have to pay to watch it. Some of them you have to pay to watch, others you don't. Yeah, some of them you do. Reese, after listening to Elliott's interview, it's sounding like he's wanting to leave Liverpool. I think, mate, he wanted a very clear bit of reassurance from Arne Slot that next season he'll get more game time, because he's just not getting enough. He's not getting enough. And for the player, the quality of player that he is, I think he deserves more. He's a good player, but he needs more to realise his ability, his potential. He needs more game time, and the problem he's got is he's not going to get that at Liverpool. He needs to play where Mo Salah plays. That's the best position for him on the pitch. So if he doesn't play in that position, chances are he's probably going to go. And I think that's probably the best thing for him. Yeah. And he's basically said he'd like to stay at Liverpool. He was in tears on the pitch He was in tears on the pitch at the end of the season, but I think Arne Slot has sat him down apparently and said, look, it's best for you and us if you move on. We could do with 50 million quid in our back pocket, and you could probably do with going away and getting some games under your belt and getting a bit of experience. You need it. So, Ollie Chambers, mate, our December fixtures are awful. Hated seeing them. So bad for Sunderland at Christmas time. Still, it'll be a good atmosphere. Mate, you've got to play them all twice. That's the easiest way to look at it. You've got to play them all twice. And not only have you got to play them all twice, sometimes you can get lucky, you know. England, it's 1-0 England! Get in there! Who scored it? Who scored it? It's McAtee. It's the captain. It's 1-0 England. There you go, James McAtee. It was whipped in from the corner. It got a lovely little flick on at the near post. Bit of a scramble in the 6-yard box. And McAtee has smashed it in the bottom corner. Spain have gone within 5 minutes of potentially having a penalty and should have been 1-0 up themselves to penalty overruled, VAR cancelled. England 1-0 up at the other end. It's 1-0. Why have I put Spain 1-0 up? I've put Spain 1-0 up. It's England 1-0 up. It's England 1-0 up. There you go. Get in. Get in. Gareth may as well put £20 in the bin than on United winning the league. I know, yeah. Inter 0, Urawa Red Diamonds 1. Inter 0, Urawa Red Diamonds 1. Oh. Reece, bring him to Arsenal and drop Saka. We're looking at Madwecki. Wouldn't surprise me if we were looking at him either. McAtee, I think, will be a good signing for someone, but Madwecki, honestly, I have no idea why people rate him so highly. I think he's dreadful. He's absolutely dreadful. He's literally, you might as well be, it's like Yannick Bolasie. Just all step-overs. All step-overs, no end product. Doku, Yannick Bolasie, Madwecki. Little bit of Adama Traore in there, but not as fast. Oh, here we go. England again, just over the bar. Just over the bar. Shay 472, Harvey Elliott, 50 million quid. Listen, Shay, you'd be very surprised. You'd be very surprised. Listen, if Man United were interested in him, which, by the way, he'd walk into Manchester United's team, United end up paying 70 million for someone like Harvey Elliott. You always overpay. So I don't think you're in any position to be talking about what transfer fees should be. United never know what a transfer fee should be. A fair transfer fee is for Harvey Elliott, who's played in Champions Leagues, and I think has he played in the Champions League final? I think he might have played in the Champions League final off the bench. I'm sure he did against Real Madrid. Scored the winner at Paris Saint-Germain last year. Played in title-winning sides. The guy's got loads of experience. Andrew Wright into bottle the treble and can't beat part-timers. They're not part-timers, Urawa Reds. They're a good side. I mean, a good side in that part of the world, but they're still a good side. Ollie Chambers, soulmate, question for you. From the Prem, do you think Sunderland should sign... Who do you think from the Prem do you think Sunderland should sign for experience? Well, obviously there's the rumours about Jordan Henderson, right? There's the rumours about Jordan Henderson which keep persisting with Sunderland. I think those would be very, very good. That'd be a great signing. But I would be amazed if Sunderland didn't go and look at players like... I'm trying to think whether or not you could tempt him. This is the thing. There's a lot of players who aren't really getting too many games anymore at the very, very highs. Like Jamie Vardy, I think, would be a good signing for Sunderland. If you went and got Jamie Vardy, that wouldn't be bad at all. Finners Matty, what Premier League game are you excited for this season? Or most excited for? The fixture that I always look out for first is Liverpool and Man United. at Old Trafford, because that to me has always been historically the biggest game. Because I think at Anfield we've kind of got the number, even though we drew with them at Anfield this year and we battered them at Old Trafford. But I always look for that Old Trafford game first. That's the game, because it's the biggest game in English football for me. It's the second biggest game in club football for me after... Oh, could be 2. It is 2. Has he scored? Is he standing? Is he standing? It's 2. It's Harvey Elliott. Get in. Harvey Elliott makes it 2. It was a terrible bit of goalkeeping. It was it was spilled. It was a shot from the... There's just a question whether or not he's onside here. It was spilled. The goalkeeper, it was a shot from about 30 yards out, and it just dipped in front of the keeper. Keeper spills it out, and it bobbles out to the edge of the 6-yard box. And who's there? Who's there? He looks gutted. Watch this back. Here we go. Shot from distance. Ooh, I think he's on. I think he's onside there, you know. It's going to be a tap in, and it is. Yeah, I think he's on there. Shot from distance. Keeper, he's got to do better. And Harvey Elliott with the tap in. 2-0. 2-0. There you go. CFC for life. He isn't dreadful, mate. He's being played on the wrong side. The wrong side of what? Yeah, the wrong side of the bench. The wrong side of the white lines. He should be the other. He should be in the stands, that lad. He's shocking. He's absolutely shocking, Madueke. Noni never is injured. Saka always is. And that is the only thing that Madueke has over Saka. The only thing. Nothing else. Andrew Wright, Nunes will be great for Sunderland. Mate, Nunes isn't getting... He's not going to Sunderland. Nunes is going to go to Napoli or Atletico Madrid. He's not going to a Sunderland. No disrespect to Sunderland. They need to be targeting players a little bit lower down than Darwin Nunes. Ollie Chambers, are you going to be watching the Tyne-Weir derby? Of course, yeah. We'll be watching all the big games across the season. A lot of the games we'll end up doing, obviously, we'll do votes for. Like we've got tonight, we've got a vote or a poll on for... Actually, have I put a poll on for tonight's game? I'm sure I have, haven't I? For tomorrow night's... Which one we're going to watch at 8 p.m? Oh, England are in again. Is it 3? Nearly cleared away. Very, very nearly. I tell you what, this is getting intense already. England are flying. And do you know what? I'm a little bit gutted because I had Portugal to go through. I had Spain to go through. And tomorrow night, I've got Germany to go through and France to go through. It might end up being the polar opposite. It might end up being England, Netherlands, Denmark and Italy. What a Final Four that would be. Just looking at the poll now. 1 second. The poll is suggesting that tomorrow night, everyone wants us to watch Germany against Italy under-21s. If you do want to vote in the poll, you need to go to YouTube. We've got a poll on to decide which game we watch tomorrow at 8 p.m. 5 p.m. we're going to do the early game, which is Denmark against France in the under-21s quarter-final, the one that we're watching right now. Denmark and France quarter-final. But at 8 p.m, it's either Real Madrid against Pachuca in the Club World Cup or Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s. So I want your thoughts, I want your predictions, I want your choice. Let me know in the chat, let me know in the poll which one you think we should be watching. Finners Matty, best derby next season. What can we call the East Lancs derby? Man United and Liverpool. For me, that's a derby. It's always going to be a derby. It's always a derby. 3-star Reds, Man United not getting Harvey Elliott for less than 50 million now. Shay472 always said Elliott was quality. Oh, mate, Elliott, he's absolutely unbelievable. He's absolutely incredible. 50 million quid. Easy. That's cheap, that. Cheap. Steve King, good evening, Key. How's it going? Bet you're happy. 2 goals from Liverpool players. Well, you're not 2 goals from Liverpool players. The first one was from McAtee. It wasn't from Morton. No, the first one was from a City player, mate. McAtee. But interestingly enough, the assist for Harvey Elliott did come from Jarrell Kwanzaa. What's the score? It is Spain under-21s 0, England under-21s 2. Hey! So yeah, 2-0 up and flying. Reese, how do you feel that Birmingham legend Jay Stansfield has a... How do you feel that Birmingham legend Jay Stansfield has better goals and assists than Darwin? Well, yeah, he will do. He's playing in League One, mate. He's playing in League One. Of course he is. Neto is better, yes, but I don't want Noni sold. Noni's shocking. Honestly, the absolute best thing that Chelsea could do is sell Madueke. Ben Hughes, knit one, pearl one, drop one, curl one. Down, 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 down. Love it. D. Nickel, finally we can beat the whole Spanish. ZQXV, Livramento will be in the 2026 World Cup squad. I don't think he will. I think we're all right for fullbacks, aren't we? Lewis Skelly and O'Reilly, I think, could probably take that left side. I think on the right side it's probably going to be probably Trent and James, I would imagine. Yeah, Trent and James. But I can't see anyone other than Lewis Skelly and O'Reilly getting it on the left. Lewis Skelly and O'Reilly on the left for sure. Can't see anyone getting in over those. Reece, imagine has a fullback having Ashley Cole as your coach. But do you know what? It's one thing being able to do it and another being able to coach it. That's a completely different skill, isn't it? That's why a lot of the best footballers don't actually make good coaches. Loads of great footballers ended up being crap coaches. Because sometimes you just can't explain to people how to actually do something. It's just an innate thing within you. Finners Matty, Lewis Skelly and Lewis Hall in the left for the World Cup. Not think Nico O'Reilly. I think Nico O'Reilly's better than Lewis Hall. Steve Keane, Elliot, great player, but shocking hairstyle. CFC for life. What about James? Yeah, like I said, James and Trent on the right-hand side probably makes sense. Assuming one of them stays fit, obviously. Oh, there's a claim for a penalty again here. Spain. Nah, ref says no. Ref says no, quite rightly. Reece James is overrated, I'll be honest. I mean, his own manager's sticking him in midfield, so I think, to be honest, it's far more likely that... I think Livramento's probably got a better chance of getting in over Reece James, but Livramento is playing at left-back tonight, isn't he? MD Rojak Islam, 0-2 win. You think it's going to finish like this? Maybe you're right, yeah. Andrew Wright, he keeps putting Jones right back. Curtis Jones at right back is sacrilege. He's too good to be put at right back. Colwill should be in the squad, and so should Palmer. I'd agree with that. I think both of those should be in. Phyllis Matty, who would you take as the goalkeepers for the World Cup? I think right now, probably Pickford, Trafford, Henderson. Probably pick themselves, don't they, really? Yeah. Sully, could it come home 2 times in a row? Yeah, maybe. Steve Keane, I don't know that Ashley Cole was on the Under-21 squad. He is. He works with Lee Carsley. Ostermore, Gay as well. Need to do Gay PR before he joins Liverpool. I think your centre-backs are quite... not easy, but I think Gay, Colwill, Branthwaite... Kwanzaa. I think that's probably your future 4, maybe. And obviously right now you've still got some others who are kind of lingering in there. I don't think Dan Burn should be anywhere near an England squad, if I'm really honest with you. I think the time's come and gone for him. Like, it's nice, like, you know, he had a good season for Newcastle, give it to him as like a nice token gesture, but if we're dead honest, he shouldn't be. Ben, right here, right now, Pope is better than Trafford without a shadow of a doubt. Did you watch much football last season, Ben? Nick Pope was shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Conor Bradley is better than Reece James. Yeah, Conor Bradley is I think a better defensive right back than Reece James. Thing is with Reece James, he's just never fit, and most of the time when he is fit, his manager's sticking him in midfield. So I'm not sure. Yeah. He's not even the best right back in London. That's also true, yeah. I would say Jurriën Timber is better than Reece James for sure. Timber's a very good right back, isn't he? I like Timber. I do like Timber. Ben White, on the other hand, is shocking. He should be nowhere near an England squad. Nowhere near. Joe Gomez is better than him. And I don't even mean that like in a snide way to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez is definitely better than him. Joe Gomez probably should be in it anyway. Munoz as well, yeah. Daniel Munoz as well. Did anyone see that post today, by the way? Got dropped for Muric, which says a lot. What do you mean got dropped for Muric? What are you on about? He got dropped for Muric. Muric plays for Ipswich. Muric. Michael just watched England's under-19s women go out of their tournament losing 1-0 to Spain in the group stages, and yesterday watching the England's men's under-19s losing 4-2 to Holland in the group stage and eliminated. Yeah, we watched the England-Netherlands game yesterday, the men's under-19s. It was a disappointing one, wasn't it, really? I thought Jesse Derry was fantastic when he came on, though. Again, he's definitely one to watch. Definitely one to watch. As is Kee Smith as well. Kee Smith was fantastic too. ZQXV, I would have to have put Burn in for extra time just for corners to have an aerial threat. I mean, you could have Harry Maguire for that, couldn't you? You could have Harry Maguire for that. That would probably make sense. Ben, when Trafford was in the Prem... Yeah, but that was when Burnley... That was a completely different thing, wasn't it? That was a different Burnley. Different Burnley, different Trafford. He's had a year and a half away from it then. Oster, yeah, mate, don't listen. He's a troll, mate. It's a regular thing. It's a common thing. People come in and say all sorts. Just ignore him. He's talking out his backside. Right, long ball forward here for Stansfield, I think. Ben, I'm driving. Well, get off your phone then if you're driving. Don't be on your phone driving. Reece, I think Porro is still recovering from being rearranged by Trossard. Oh, unreal. You're making excuses to excuse me. To what my argument? Foul language. I'll have none of that. Absolutely none of that, Benjamin. Right, England knocking it around a little bit better here. Spain have had the best of it in the last 10 minutes or so since the second went in. Oh, very nearly. England on the counter-attack are pushing up forward really well. Ben, the last time Trafford was in the Prem, the season before last, and he was very poor, Ben says, in maybe a not-so-subtle way. Michael, I hope England's men's under-21s can succeed where the men's and women's under-19s team fail to make progress. I'd hope so. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I really thought that Spain would put these away. I thought Spain would put these away quite comfortably, but it's been pretty poor from Spain. They should have had a penalty, maybe. Ben, it's okay. I'll get a driving ban for this channel. That's commitment. That's commitment for you. Why not? Winnie 5, where can I watch this game? You can watch it, mate, on Channel 4 if you're in the UK. Anywhere else, yeah, I'm not sure where you are in the world, but you can watch it on Channel 4. Reece, Arsenal invincible team better than Liverpool Istanbul team. It's probably fair. Yeah, it's probably a fair comment. I think we could probably get a group of lads together in the chat now that'd be better than the Liverpool Istanbul team. That was just Gerrard and a load of lads from down the park, that, for the most part. I mean, Huppier and Carragher were good, but the rest of them were pretty poor. The rest of them were pretty dreadful. Gerrard, Carragher, Huppier, and then a load of lads down the park. Long ball into the box, cleared away. It's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick. Well done. Gerrard and a load of community centre staff. Oh, unbelievable, honestly. It's a long ball forward here for... Oh, no, it's a goal kick. I thought it was going to be a corner. Substob, you just got given your YouTube status, didn't you, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean, my YouTube status? I don't know what you mean. I don't know why I'm saying Trafford. Is it It's not Trafford, it's Beadle, isn't it? Beadle with the long ball forward. Like where people can donate. No, mate, no, I haven't got that. No, I haven't got that. Not qualified for it. Hopefully we'll be soon, but no, haven't qualified for it. Reece, who does Beadle even play for? He plays for Brighton. He was at Sheffield Wednesday, I think, last season. Yeah, I think he was at Sheffield Wednesday last season. Ben, you could argue our Istanbul winning team on paper was the weakest of any Champions League winners. Nah, I don't think so. You know, I think there's quite a few others there that I'd say were worse than Liverpool. Quite a few others. I mean, you've got to look at that Porto side. That Porto side was pretty poor. Other than Deco. Yeah, there's not many others really in that side. Deco. Carvalho. Maybe Benny McCarthy. But I don't think any of them are, apart from maybe Deco and Carvalho. Deco's not as good as Gerrard. Carvalho's probably better than Carragher. I don't think he's better than Huppier. Michael, with Liverpool signing Kirkes, does that mean Robertson is on his way out? Well, apparently not, no. So, apparently Tsimikas is still set for a move away. And this morning, Atletico Madrid put in a bid for Luca Dean of Aston Villa, which does suggest that maybe the attention has maybe switched away from Andy Robertson, that maybe it's not quite as... it's quite not quite as set as we all thought it was. Oh, that was unlucky from Elliott. Just bobbled up in front of him. Nearly went in, actually, that. Ben, the Porto team was the only other side I could think of, but who else? Because if it's just Porto, then you definitely could argue it. Chelsea's team, when they won it in whatever 2001, they weren't great, were they? They weren't fantastic. That was a pretty poor Chelsea side, I thought. Probably not as bad as Liverpool, but certainly comparable. Substub, seriously, 24 hours, mate. 24 hours. You've gone off on a tangent. You've been aggy. Other people in the chat have said it's not me. Other people have said it in the chat. You've been aggy. Just honestly, 24 hours. Come back tomorrow if you want to come back. If not, then that's cool too. But you've not been particularly friendly. So we'll just leave it at that for tonight. Claydon Groom, would you say Tottenham 2019 was bad? Tottenham 2019 was very good. I thought they were maybe not underrated, but you look at Son, Kane, Dele Alli at his, maybe not at his peak, but Dele Alli was a very good player. You had Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Lloris was a good player. I think they had a very decent team, Spurs. The problem was they came up against a better Liverpool side. That was all that was. But I don't think if Spurs had won it, it would have been terribly surprising. Whereas Liverpool against AC Milan, the bigger issue with Liverpool and AC Milan in 2005 was if you look at the AC Milan side, it's like a who's who of the greatest players of all time. Pirlo, Kaká, Inzaghi, Stam, Maldini, Nesta, like Seedorf, Crespo up front, Shevchenko. You're talking, there's Ballon d'Or winners and like just icons. Cafu, just icons all over the pitch. Like, it was absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Reese, I'd go as far as to say Yossi Benayoun was better than Peach Chips. Ben, 2001. 2001? 2001? No. 2001 was that Real Madrid? 2001? Oh no, it's Bayern. Yeah, no, Bayern. It was the penalty shootout, wasn't it? No, 2001 was a very, very good year. I thought Bayern Munich, that was the Bayern Munich that should have won it in 2001 in 1999. That was that Bayern Munich. They were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really good. And you look at them and you think players like Kahn and Elba. Elba was fantastic. Lizarazu, Willy Sagnol. Who else did they have at the back? I mean, Oliver Kahn is enough, to be honest. Gav's highlights. Come on, England, it's coming home, bro. Bailey 14, name a footballer for an edit. Leon Bailey. Oh, he's not giving another pen away, has he? He's not giving another pen away, has he? It's Malero who's gone down. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a clear penalty. It's a clear penalty. Oh, that's not good enough. And it's Jarrell Kwanzaa. It's Jarrell Kwanzaa. Quick, get that 40 million quid off. Get that 40 million off Leverkusen very quick. We desperately need that. We desperately need that 40 million quid. Get it quick. Get it in the bank. Quick as you can. Scam Leverkusen with 40 mil. Oh, Ben, you said Chelsea won in 2001. I didn't say Chelsea won in 2001. No, I didn't. Bayern won in 2001. I said 21. Was it 2021 when Chelsea won? Was it 2021 or 2020? It was 2020, wasn't it? Yeah. William Weon. Hey, mate, new here. What team do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, William, but we watch everyone on this channel, so the name's Premier League Dad. My name's Kee, by the way. Channel's Premier League Dad, but we watch everyone. We're watching the Under-21 Championships now. We watch the Bundesliga, the Eredivisie, La Liga, Liga and SPL. Obviously the Premier League, the Championship, League 1, League 2, National League. We watch anyone that's on. We just love watching football. That's what this channel's about. So if you love watching football, doesn't matter what team you support, we have a load of back and forth in the chat about the latest football news. I'm live every single day. So that's what we do on this channel. We do watch-alongs every day from around the world. At least one, sometimes 3 or 4. But yeah, we do at least one watch-along of a game, a football match, every single day on this channel. We haven't missed a game for months. That's a lie, actually. I missed a couple of days when my wife was in for surgery. But we haven't missed a game for many months, for most of it. Spain with a penalty. There you go, 2-1. Easy penalty. Just gave the keeper the eye, sent him the wrong way, and there you go. Spain have got one back. They've got one back. ZQXV, this is where we start to bottle it. Richard Hughes is a miracle worker, he can do it. Well, he sent Beadle the wrong way there. What team do you support, William, out of interest? Let me know what you support. Which team? It's a great pen, that. Fabulous pen. Claydon, I think it's third after the pen they didn't get earlier. I thought the pen before was maybe... It was maybe a touch harsh that they didn't get it. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because the ref did give it at first glance and it did hit his hand. So it feels a little bit like re-reffing the game, that one, doesn't it? Ben... Mate, rewind about 5 minutes. I promise you, you said Chelsea won in 2001. So what? So what if I did? So what if I did? You knew what I meant. Chelsea weren't even a team in 2001. You knew what I meant. You're getting so pedantic, you. Is it because you're driving? Have you just had an hard day? Is that what it is? You're so aggy. Said QXV. See what I mean? Straight after they have a solid chance. Purdue sucks. USA are winning the World Cup. USA have got Haiti, haven't they? Is it Haiti tonight in the Gold Cup? William, fellow Liverpool fan as well. Can't believe the window we are having. It's been a very, very good window so far, hasn't it? Yeah, Kirkez, Frimpong, Mamadashvili, and now Florian Wirtz, and maybe still Gay and Isak to add to it. And I think it might be those two. It might be those two. Claydon Groom, people like to get on your case too much. I'm too soft, mate. I think that's what it is. I'm too soft. There's loads of it. It's only been recently. Ben's... I know Ben. I wish I didn't know Ben, but I know Ben. He's okay. He's all right. I know him. I know that he's just winding me up for the sake of winding me up. But yeah, there's the occasional people are coming in and just choosing violence. Just choosing violence every time. Just aggy. I think it's just the heat. Maybe it's the heat. Everyone's got a bit annoyed today and a bit... I don't know. We whinge. We like a whinge in this country, don't we? We like a whinge. It's always raining. It's always cold. It's always wet and windy and cold. And you get a bit of sun. Oh, it's too hot. It's too muggy. I can't sleep. Ugh. Can't win. Can't win. Reese, want me to scrap them? Premdad Ultra Unite. Santi Cazorla. What about Santi Cazorla? Has he scored? Don't say Santi Cazorla scored. Oh, I was so close to watching that one tonight as well. What's happened? La Liga. Where is it? Come on. Let me see what's going on. La Liga 2. Oviedo. He scored a penalty. He scored a penalty. It's 1-1, which means it's 2-1 going into the second half in that one. Oh, we'll keep updated on that one. We'll keep updated. Ben, I didn't. That's why I put a question mark. You just don't like being corrected because you always think you're right. I usually am. Yeah, I usually am. I thought I was wrong once, but it turned out I was right. Can happen to anyone. Nearly happened to me once. I can't believe Inter are still getting beat. Urawa Red Diamonds still beating Inter. There's been a few shocks in the last few days, hasn't there? Botafogo beating PSG. Urawa Reds are beating Inter. Mamelodi Sundowns were 1-0 up against Dortmund. Honestly, if you are... The bookies are loving it in the last few days, aren't they? Absolutely loving it. FM No Casuals. Mate, I love this weather. Better than that Arctic wind when the sun was blaring. I've got Inter in the ACCA though. Oh, my lovely... That is an absolute shocker. Reese, other streaming platform, Beef. Wow, that's surprising. Other streaming platform, Beef. Mate, it's just it's Beef. It's Beef full stop. We might need to rename the channel. Premier League beef. Razine, do the Real Madrid Pachuca game, mate, tomorrow. I'm hating watching it anyways. Oh, you're doing the hate watch. Right, okay. I don't know what the current poll result is, by the way. We can have a look and see. Let's have a look and see. What is the poll result as it stands? Still time left, of course, if people do want to go and vote. You can decide what, or help us decide which game we are going to watch tomorrow. As it stands, it's... Who is it? It's 59% in favour of Germany and Italy tomorrow night. We've had a fair few votes, and as it stands, it's Germany with 56% and 44% to Pachuca and Real Madrid. So still time for that to all change. We'll keep it live for the rest of this game, and then we'll make a final decision at the end. ZQXV, I'm sure I've just heard thunder. There is meant to be thunderstorms in England tonight. I don't know if that's where you are, mate, but yeah, in England there are thunderstorms planned, and it's apparently that's what's going to suck all the moisture out of the air, and that's what's going to, you know, make it less. It's going to make it a bit more bearable to sleep in anyway. Claydon, someone on TikTok, stuck to his word about staying in a forest for a month if PSG lost to Botafogo. Good claim by Beadle. Very good claim, that. LFC fan 200 and Scotland. Oh, is it chucking it down in Scotland as well? I see. Oh, here we go. Here is. I think it's Harvey Elliott carrying it forward here. Oh, it's not. It's Jay Stansfield. That's going to be an England throw. How's he not got that? That's definitely an England throw. Definitely an England throw. ZQXV, find it weird how Trafford can't play because he's... What was that? Because he's 22, but Tino is 22 and playing. I don't think it's because Trafford is 22 that he can't play. It's that when you have the England under 21s, you can only pick a certain number of over 21 players. You only get a certain number, and that's it. So I imagine Trafford can't play because Tino is. That's why. Well, there you go. As it stands, Harvey Elliott looks like he might be getting the winner for England here. Spain 1, England 2. That makes more sense. It made sense. It made sense to me. It might not be. That just, I assume that's the reason why. Oh, Kwanzaa, what are you doing? I really like him, you know. He's growing on me. Hinchelwood at Brighton. He is one to watch. I really like him. ZQXV, or it could be because Trafford's in the actual England squad. It could be that too, but there have been players who've gone under 21s, played for England, and then gone back down to the under 21s. That does happen a fair bit. So, yeah, I don't necessarily think it's entirely that, at least. But it could be, you're right, maybe it could be. There's 5 minutes added on at the end of the first half here. We're 2.5 minutes in. Carl Berry, big up pal, good to see you, Carl, how's it going? Good to see you, mate. What's your predictions on this one, Carl? England are in again here. Keeper comes out and claims it. Jay Stansfield needs to bulk up a little bit, doesn't he? Looks a little bit too slight to be a centre forward at this level. That's going to be one of the things I think that might hold him back, because he's got all the ability, hasn't he? He just feels like he's a little bit too slight. FM No Casuals into need to win that game too. Yeah, was it Monterrey they drew with in the first game? They drew with Monterrey, didn't they? Still can't believe Nicholas Jackson got sent off after 4 minutes of coming on. 4 minutes after coming on, he got sent off on his birthday as well. Absolutely outrageous. This is really, really good play by England down the left-hand side. How was the ref not give him that one? Shocking. Apparently it's 23 years ago today, by the way. 23 years ago today that Ronaldinho scored that wonderful chipped goal past David Seaman at the World Cup in 2002, South Korea. Don't know if you remember that. ZQXV just ordered a McFlurry for Just Eat, £6 including delivery. Absolute disgrace. Well, I'm not surprised if you just ordered that. Right, it's half-time here now. Half-time. It's Spain 1, England 2 at the end of the first half. Good game so far. I've got to say, I've enjoyed it. Good game. 2 penalty claims for Spain. One given, then sent to VAR and turned over. The second one given, and it stayed. And it was 2-1. McAtee and Elliott with the goals for England inside 15 minutes, putting them 2-0 up. And then Javi Guerra, the Villarreal midfielder, sticking it away to make it 2-1 after... Alberto Malero was fouled by Jarrell Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, of course, giving away the penalty, but he did get the assist for what looks like the goal that might win it for England. Harvey Elliott's goal. It was Jarrell Kwanzaa got the assist for that one. So, a couple of mistakes from both teams. Chimey, the hell is wrong with Inter? Inter are all over the place, aren't they? Gav, thank you so much for reminding me about that absolute... Mate, cheers. Do you not like Ronaldinho? Is that not your type of player? Chimey, what teams did you have on your slip key? Oh, all the ones that are losing, to be honest, mate. I had Inter to win. I had Portugal to qualify. I had Spain to qualify. I had who else did I have? I had Los Angeles last night against Esperance Tunis, draw or LA. So I thought LA were really quite good in the first game. They put a good show on, didn't they? I thought they were pretty decent, and I thought they'll beat them. So yeah, I've had a couple of bad decisions, to be honest. Not just the one. They're all down. They're all down. It's not worth. Honestly, it's absolutely pointless putting cash on that stuff. It's pathetic. Kieran, international football is miserable these days. Spain are an exciting team, but that's it. I don't know, mate. I think international football is quite good, you know. I quite enjoy international football. Not England, but I quite enjoy international football as a whole, especially the international tournaments. The World Cups, the Euros, the Coppers. I like watching them. Gavs knows on about Jackson. All right, Nicholas Jackson. Yeah. The Dutch are good. I'd rather Celtic win a corner than Scotland win the World Cup. I kind of feel the same about England, yeah. I'd rather Liverpool win the League Cup, the Carabao Cup, than England win the World Cup. So I think Nicholas Jackson's one of those. He's kind of like, he's in the Darwin Núñez sort of league of strikers in that I think he's really misunderstood. I quite like Jackson. Chimey, me too, mate. I just had to bet again the opposite of my current slip. I'm tempted to just put on all the opposites of what I thought was going to happen. Like, I'm tempted. I am sorely tempted to put on Salzburg or draw against Real Madrid next week, or maybe Pachuca, or draw against Real Madrid tomorrow, something like that. Because I think Germany will beat Italy tomorrow in the under-21s. I think France. Do you know what? I'll say this though. France are odds on to beat Denmark and to go through against Denmark in the under-21s quarter-final tomorrow. That's at 5 o'clock. We'll be live for that one on this channel. But I have been saying all week that I've got a feeling about Denmark, that they might go far in this tournament. I've got a funny feeling about them. Asula, Harder, really good players up front. They're really talented up front, Denmark, and they could cause France problems. France haven't been great. France have not been great, apart from Luke Caber at the back, which is, funnily enough, one of the players that Liverpool are looking at to replace Kanate. Yeah, I'm not overly convinced that France are going to win it. And Germany do look good, yeah. Germany look very good. Kieran, effective but far from entertaining. That's probably fair to say, yeah. Scotland actually have a pretty good squad at the minute, but Clark's football is awful to watch. I think he could get more out of him. Do you not think? Like, if you've got a midfield of McGinn and McTominay, you've got at least bags of energy. You've got Robertson on the left. You've got, it feels like they've got the bones of a half-decent squad, Scotland, for the first time in a good while. It feels like they've got the ball. And yeah, I would agree. He doesn't really utilise them enough. Sully, it's bloody boiling. It has been minging, hasn't it? Alex Macklin, what about Hato? What about him? Yeah, what about Hato? ZQXV, Asula is on fire for Denmark. I can see him getting more minutes for us. If he carries on playing like he has in this tournament, mate, I would be very surprised if he didn't, yeah. And then that might make more sense. If you were to sell Isak, but you had Pedro and Asula, feels like a comparable replacement. Yeah. Alex can't sleep with the heat. Have a nice hot shower. Nice hot shower before bed. That's what you need. Nice hot shower before bed. And sleep with your socks on. Apparently, I've heard that's I've never done it, but I've heard that's like a thing you should do if you're really, really struggling with the heat. Put your socks on. Madders, Eze or Mbermo. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. I like both. But I think probably on current form, I'd give it to Eze. I'd give it to Eze. On current form, I think across the whole season, Mbermo was brilliant. He was different class. One of my favourite players in the Prem. I'm gutted if he ends up at Man United, but Eze was absolutely unreal. Yeah, he was unreal. Certainly towards the end of the season, anyway. Kieran, absolutely, mate. His system is so rigid, it stifles anything creative. And what do you think the solution is for that? I mean, obviously beyond the obvious of maybe changing the personnel, or like, I know, to me, he probably lacks a little bit of invention in the final third, which, considering how well Scott McTominay did for Napoli this year, you would think they're not short of. But yeah, Billy Gilmour as well obviously did well for Napoli. It just feels like there is a solution there for Scotland, but he hasn't quite landed on it just yet. Dominico, ciao, how's it going? Vaco, I will move 30 minutes drive away from where I live now because ice hockey. Nice. Well done you. Reveal clothing, Jude Bellingham and Scott McTominay, very similar playstyle, but why does Jude get hyped so much? Probably because he's English. Probably because he's English. That's mainly it, to be honest. English tax, Premier League tax. I think Scott McTominay had the choice to play for England, didn't he? A lot sooner. Fernie came on earlier for Portugal v Holland. Did you have PC probs? Yes, mate, I did. I had two problems, actually. First problem was the touchpad on my laptop went down. The cursor disappeared from my screen. It froze. I couldn't do anything. So I ended up ending the stream, running out to Argos and buying a wired mouse. Brand new wired mouse. It turns out I don't need that now. I just did a full system restore, which took 45 minutes. uninstalled the driver for the touchpad on my laptop, reinstalled it all, and it was all good to go. Then I restarted the stream up, and the heat had basically cooked the router. So I was getting buffering issues and all sorts of problems with the Wi-Fi. So I had to find an Ethernet cable and hook up directly to the router. So since then, we've had no issues with the mouse and no issues with the Wi-Fi and the buffering. Fingers crossed. Alex Macklin thoughts on Kirkez. Very good player. Yeah, very good player. I think he'll do really well. Kieran, alright, switch to the back four with 3 in the middle. And who would you put up front? Doak, yeah, Ben Doak as well. Ben Doak needs to get more time for Scotland, doesn't he? Needs to get more time. Owen, who do you support, mate? I am a Liverpool fan, Owen. But I watch, I say this every time, don't hold that against us, because I watch everyone. We watch that's what this channel is about, watch-alongs. We do at least one watch-along every single day. Every single day. Reveal, do you see Arsenal being title contenders as they're so slow in the market and not making any statement signings? Well, they're about to make Zubamendi. I'm not sure that qualifies as a statement signing, though. I think they need legs in midfield. They need something. They need something extra, especially if Partey's going. Zubamendi, I'm not sure, is a particularly good fit for Arsenal and the way they play. They lack legs and energy in midfield. Zubamendi's a very good player. I just don't think that's what Arsenal need. They need legs and energy. They've only got Declan Rice, and with no Partey next to him, feels like he's going to be isolated. Fernie, take the mouse back to Argos and tell him it doesn't work and get your money back, mate. It was £8. It's one of them, £8. I'd rather just keep it just in case it happens again. But I take your point, thank you. For me, I'm far too spendthrift. I just forget about it. It's £8. Money's like water through my hands sometimes. I'm not a great saver in that sense. Adumi, do you reckon you'll watch AFCON? If so, who do you think will win? I am looking forward to the AFCON. Yeah, I will be watching the AFCON in January. Who do I think will win? I think Morocco are an outsider, you know. Morocco was definitely an outsider. I'm not just basing that on the last World Cup either. Morocco are definitely an outsider. You've got to look at the usuals, you know, your Senegals, your Egypt as well with Salah. Some very, very good players in there. Algeria as well. Algeria's still got some good players in there. So, I don't know, there's a good few. It feels like let's say the old school African teams that used to be really good back in the day when I was growing up, they're maybe not as good anymore. Like Cameroon and Nigeria. Cameroon and Nigeria were like the African teams, weren't they? They were the ones who were always going to reach the last 4, the last 6 or whatever, the last 8. Last 4, last 8. Whereas now Cameroon have they've kind of nosedived a little bit since Samuel Eto'o retired, and Nigeria obviously they've got Osimhen up there, but it's not really a lot of other quality in their team. Kieran, McGinn, Christie, and McTominay is the 3. Doak, Adams, and Lyndon Dykes in the front 3. Right, yeah. Che Adams and Ben Doak. Arsenal need a forward. Thoughts on Isak? Isak's not going to Arsenal. I do think Isak will move on, whether it be this summer or next. It's just whether or not he pushes to get the Liverpool move this summer. If he does push, Liverpool will get him. If he pushes, Liverpool will get him. If he doesn't push, then we won't. That's literally all it boils down to. Is he going to go to Newcastle and say, I want to leave? Because if he does, Newcastle have to negotiate. If they don't negotiate, Liverpool are just going to say, well, we ain't paying 150. If he puts a transfer request in, then, you know, it's maybe 110, 120, innit? It does severely affect the price. Reveal Clothing, can see Isak going Barca next season. Emiliano, guten Tag, Emiliano, how's it going? Kieran, I don't think he stays in the Prem. Newcastle will raise the price for Prem clubs and Liverpool don't pay crazy money for players. Well, we've just paid 100 for Wirtz, potentially 116 for him. I think we've shown we can pay big money for players when we identify that they are the right players. You know, we've paid best part of 70, 80 million for Alisson, for Van Dijk. We've just paid it for Wirtz. We are due a rebuild. We've got quite a few players who are getting on, so we need more players in that 24-25 bracket. I do. I think Liverpool could go and get Alexander Isak, but again, it would take him to show a bit of commitment to his end, and that's. I think that's what we're dealing with right now. We've got almost like a who blinks first. Isak is looking at Liverpool saying, "Come on, come and bid." Liverpool are looking at Isak and saying, "No. You go to them first and tell them you want to leave, and then we'll come in." So there's maybe a little bit of a playoff between Isak and Liverpool just to say, look, if I go and do it, I'm going to ruin my relationship with Newcastle. I need to know that you're going to come in with the big bucks to get this deal done. Because if you don't, you leave me hanging, I'm gonna be in torment. I'm gonna be in hell. It's like going handing in your notice to your boss and then having to stay working with him for the next 2 weeks, isn't it? Or, well, in Isak's case, the next 9 months until he can move on again. Reveal clothing. Are you not concerned Wirtz might be a flop, as there's no guarantee he will do well? There's no guarantee anyone will do well. You get that with all signings, don't you? Yeah, you can't really guarantee that anyone will do well. It's just one of those things. But I think with Wirtz, all of the predictors, all of the factors that you've got to look at, he's a very, very good. There's a reasonable assurance that Florian Wirtz will be a very, very good Premier League player. All the data points to it, and I think if you've watched a fair bit of Wirtz, or even just a little bit of Wirtz, he passes the eye test. He passes the eye test. He really does. He's a good player. Kieran, what are your thoughts on Frimpong? We had him up here at Celtic for a bit. Yes, there's a lot of rival fans coming in and saying that he can't defend. I've made the point that Frimpong played right back for Celtic. He didn't play right wing back as he did for Leverkusen. He played right back for Celtic. He's also played right back for the Netherlands. So some are arguing that because he played right wing back, that means he can't defend. He can't defend. He's too forward thinking, and he's worse than Trent. And Liverpool aren't going to use him right. He's going to be an absolute nightmare. Blah blah blah. I remember Frimpong a little bit at Celtic, not a lot admittedly, but I remember him being a good player for him and getting the move up to Leverkusen. He's been a revelation there. He's been really good for the Dutch team, so I think he's more than capable. And yeah, I'm not sure that there was for 30 million quid a better right back we could have got to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like, after Trent, you're probably looking at Hakimi, and Hakimi's probably 100 million or so. So, you know, for good value and the age and the right profile and all that, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Kieran, he's ropey defensively, but guess you lot are used to that in a right back. I don't think he is ropey defensively. I think obviously you've got to play him in a system that affords him the ability to get forward and utilise his skills and get the best out of him. Do you think Leeds will survive? Depends who you bring in. Obviously, you've got Nemesha, haven't you? You've brought Nemesha in. Decent signing, but I think you need a little bit more experience, especially in that midfield area. Yeah, you need a little bit more in that midfield area. Not sure how is it Tanaka and you know the other guys get on in the midfield. I'm not sure that it's a Gruev and them. I don't know if that's going to be a particularly durable midfield for Leeds next season. And I think Danny Fark, great play by England, unlucky. It's going to be a corner. That was wonderful play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arsenal fans are exempt. Yeah, okay, whatever. Reveal clothing. If Wirtz does well, I can see Madrid getting him in a few years and Jude leaving. Well, apparently, Wirtz has confirmed in his interview with Liverpool that it wasn't just Man City and Bayern Munich. It was Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso tried to take him to Real Madrid with him. And if that is true, then you do wonder what Xabi Alonso had in mind for that Real Madrid front line. Wirtz, Rodrigo, Bellingham. How does that all fit? Mbappe. That's a hell of a front four, but it doesn't quite chime. And it also does point to the fact that maybe he came in thinking Rodrigo's going to go, or we're not going to keep Rodrigo. Bijol has signed. Yeah, Bijol's a good player as well. Bijol and Nemesha, decent, but again, I think Leeds need a fair bit more. A fair bit more. Kahir, what channel are you watching? On channel 4, mate. Reese, Eddie Nketiah being the England under-21 record goal scorer is mad. Brandon, I'm a Madrid fan. Thanks for Trent, but he really was bad that first game. May he improve. He will improve. He will improve. He's a wonderful, wonderful player. Very good player. ZQXV, who do you think wins the Ballon d'Or? It has to be Mo Salah. Anyone else, it's an absolute travesty. Kieran, he just wanted Wirtz there, so he has a man on his side in the dressing room. That's my opinion anyway. No way he starts. I think he'd start over Rodrigo, wouldn't he? I think he'd start over Rodrigo. He'd defo start Wirtz over Rodrigo. But I agree, you're probably right. There's an element of that for sure. Oh, leave it. If you'd have left that then, that would have been onside. Has he give on? Oh, it's a corner. It's a corner. William, I think we'll see a back three during build-up next year with Gravenberch dropping back, also Wirtz or Diaz false 9. I think Slot will cook. My worry with that, William, is that they will be overwhelmed in transition. I think Gravenberch can't drop into a back three. I'm not sure he's ready for that. I think we probably need a 6, maybe a more old-school 6 to come in. What that looks like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's by Cetic, by the way. Maybe it's by Cetic. The club think really highly of him. He's just had a really good season out on loan at Las Palmas. Still a young man. It would be... Is it in? Just wide. Is it Cresswell again? Yeah, Cresswell. Do you know what? Right, I'm saying this now. I'm calling this now. I did a video in January of this year where I talked about players that clubs should be targeting. And one of those players I said was Charlie Cresswell at Toulouse. I think I said West Ham need to take a look at him. Charlie Cresswell will be a fantastic Premier League player for someone. He was a wonderful player for Toulouse last year. I am astonished. After this tournament, I am astonished if a big Premier League club doesn't come and get Charlie Cresswell. Top player. Very good player. Machina Joe, I predict Xabi Alonso will go trophyless and get sacked at the end of the season. As long as they don't try and go and get Klopp. Right, Elliot Anderson is coming on for Alex Scott. I think Amari Hutchinson's gone off as well for... Who's coming on here? Who's coming on? Rowe. Jonathan Rowe. Jonathan Rowe is about to come on. There aren't many old school 6s these days. Very true. Still are good at helping with the build-up. But Angelo still is, yet again, one of my favourite players, but I'm not sure he's a 6. Angelo still is probably a replacement for McAllister. If we ever sold McAllister, that feels like a replacement for him. Do you see Jude leaving Madrid within the next 4 years? Do I see Madrid? No, I don't know. I don't know. Madrid seem to be changing. I think if it was the Madrid of a few years ago, yeah, I absolutely would see him being pushed out. Especially if Madrid... Because this is the thing that happens with Madrid. The club, they almost bully players out a little bit. Like it's happening with Camavinga now, right? Camavinga is a player who has been identified as you. It doesn't matter. We have had a couple of bad seasons and you've been playing. Not starting every game, but you've been playing. That's it now. You're not playing for it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the manager thinks. You're gone. It's like there almost needs to be a certain amount of attrition, a certain amount of wastage within the squad, so that the fans start getting excited again and thinking, you know, we're not letting standards slip. Real Madrid have had a couple of bad years, and people are paying for it. They're losing the position. You're gone. You're not good enough anymore. So I think Camavinga is one of those who are going to be, and Rodrigo evidently as well. 2 players who maybe just haven't quite been good enough for him. Ange, big Ange to Leipzig, wins the Champions League this season. That'd be a great appointment, wouldn't it? I heard they were still looking at Glasner. ZQXV, under-21s performing better than the actual England team. I think in part that is because of Lee Carsley, though, and the continuity that they've had with him. Lee Carsley should have been the England manager, in my opinion. Kieran, depends on how much Madrid win. I don't think they're going to, they're not a shoo-in for La Liga next season. I certainly don't think they're a shoo-in for the Prem. For the Prem. For the Champions League. Reveal clothing, Camavinga walks in most teams in the Prem as a quality 6. Yeah, allegedly Arsenal are looking at getting him. Now that would make more sense. That would be better than Zubamendi. Or if they got him in with Zubamendi, then yeah, I'm looking at that and thinking, right, Camavinga, Zubamendi, Rice. That's a great midfield. That is a very, very good midfield. Or Camavinga, Rice, Odegaard, however they want to do it. You know, that then makes sense. But I think it's not going to be easy to get him out of Madrid. Kieran, every team bar City. I don't think he doesn't walk. Every team bar City? Surely he walks in City's midfield. And he doesn't get in Liverpool's. He doesn't get in over Bellingham or Gravenberch. No way. Bellingham or Gravenberch. He doesn't get over McAllister or Gravenberch. Or Szoboszlai for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every team bar City. So you're saying he doesn't get in City. And I'm saying why wouldn't he get in at City? Surely he would get in at City. That's my point. And you said every team bar City as in he would get in at Liverpool. So he would get in at Liverpool, but he wouldn't get in at City. That is what you seem to be asserting, unless I've misunderstood. You think he replaces Rodri, the Ballon d'Or holder? Mate, do you think Rodri's the same player? He's just tore his knee in half. I honestly, I'd be incredibly surprised if Rodri starts half the games this season. Honestly, half the games. Oviedo have scored again. Real Oviedo 2, Miranda's 1. It's now 2-2 on aggregate. And it's Cairo with the goal. Ilyas Cairo from Morocco, funnily enough, who we were talking about. He'll be in the AFCON, I'm sure. Still 1-0 to Urawa Red Diamonds as well in the Club World Cup against Inter. Sweet Lord. He doesn't replace Rodri. Okay, well, let's say he doesn't replace Rodri. He could play with Rodri, couldn't he? He could play with Rodri, and I think he's better than Nico Gonzalez, and I think he's better than he's in Reinders. I don't know. I'd say he probably is better than Reinders at this point. I'd say he's better than Reinders, he's better than Nico Gonzalez, whereas I don't think he's better than Gravenberch, and I don't think he's better than McAllister. You could probably have an argument with Szoboszlai and Wirtz, but they're more of a 10. They're not Camavinga's position. McAllister and Gravenberch, he's not better than. But he's definitely, even if we disagree on Rodri, he could play with Rodri, couldn't he? MHX, do you know anything about Greek teams? Yes, absolutely. We watched PAOK against Manchester United in the Europa League earlier this season, of course. And I've got an AEK Athens top somewhere for behind me here. I've got a top, an AEK Athens top. I used to have a Panathinaikos one as well, but I haven't got it anymore. ZQXV, he wouldn't get in over Tonali and Caicedo. I am a PAOK fan. Our striker lost the game back then, Barkas. Machina Joe. Oh, we've already done that one, sorry. Right, let's see how the poll is getting on as we enter the last 30 minutes. The poll on YouTube to decide which game we watch tomorrow night. I want to get your thoughts on it, by the way. Tomorrow night, we have a choice of 2 games at 8 PM that we will be watching. We are going to be watching at 5 PM. Denmark under-21s against France under-21s, which is the other game in the quarterfinals in the under-21 championship. So we're going to be watching that at 5 p.m. And then at 8 p.m, we have a choice which you can decide. You need to go to YouTube, Premier League Dad, go and search and vote in the poll right now between Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s. That's the possible game we could watch at 8 p.m. Or Real Madrid against Pachuca, Trent's redemption arc. Are we going to watch Real Madrid against Pachuca? Both of those games, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. We can only watch one. I need to do the thumbnail for one of them tonight. So I need to get it out tonight. But I need to get your thoughts on which one it is. Kieran, worst goalkeeper I've seen at Celtic, bought for 5 million and sold for 3 less than a year later. MHX, watch out guys for Korettas, biggest talent in Greece. Also, Simas is better than Kostoulas for Brighton, really? Maureen Nolan, are you watching Fluminense? No, not watching Fluminense. Too late, past my bedtime, that one. Simon Mack, what number do you think Wirtz will be? Apparently it's number 17. There's rumours about number 17. FM No Casuals, how were these in the Champions League final? Who? How were who in the Champions League final? Reveal clothing, which surprise transfer could you see happening for a big club? Well, I mean, I still think the Isak one is a possibility. I do think it's a distinct possibility. Ben, Oviedo looks a decent game. They're winning 2-1, coming from 1 down. So 2-2 on aggregate. Santi Cazorla scored a pen. Yeah. And look, if it's still on by the end of this game, I'm happy to switch over. We'll put the extra time and penalties on if that's the case. Spain coming forward here now. Chance for Spain. Must be. What a save by Beadle. Double save by Beadle to keep him out. Beadle's about. What an absolutely incredible double save that was. Well done. Love that. Ostermorg, we've had some bad keeper signings, haven't we? Oh, you're on about Inter Milan. Sorry, FM No Casuals. What a save. Double save there. Javi Guerra, the guy who scored the penalty. Valencia's number 6. A wonderful central midfielder. To be honest, Javi Guerra's one that would be worth watching for teams looking for a number 6. He's a very talented player. Reveal clothing, if Liverpool sign Isak, would that make Liverpool odds on for the Champions League? I think we probably wouldn't be far off odds on now. We'd certainly be one of the favourites, maybe second favourites with some bookies, I would argue. Liverpool's probably second favourites for the Champions League. 2026 Champions League winner odds. Here we go. There you go. Top 3. This is right now, top 3. PSG and Liverpool bang on at 7-1 each. You can get 7-1 for either of them right now. 8 for City, 8 for Madrid, 7.5 for Barcelona, 9s for Arsenal, 9s for Bayern, 16s for Chelsea, 25s for Newcastle, 30s for Napoli, 30s for Inter. 30 for Atletico, 25 for Inter, 40 for Tottenham. 40 for Juve, 50 for Bayern Leverkusen, 50s for Dortmund, 68 for Atalanta, 80 for Bilbao, 100-1 for Villarreal, and then it goes on and on and on and on. 200-1 for Rangers, 250-1 for Celtic, bizarrely. There you go. I think they've got a player down here. Might need a bit of treatment, maybe. Is he going to kick it out? Is he going to kick it out? No. England carry it on. Good play down this right-hand side, but Spain win it back. Very smart play. But England first to all the second balls. ZQXV, I'm glad we can't get grouped up again since they've changed it. Changed it. I don't know what you mean. Ben feels like Jota will stay now. Maybe. Yeah. I don't really know what's going to happen with all of our front line. The only one that I can actually say, like, hang my hat on that is definitely going to stay is Salah. That's it. Everyone else is up for sale, effectively, or at least is in talks with other clubs like Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, Nunes, Diaz. We've said Diaz, and Chiesa. So the entire front line, plus obviously Harvey Elliott, Ben Doak, they're all looking to move on, or at least in discussions to maybe move on. Ben thought at the end of last season he'd leave, but got a feeling he stays. Right, England here, driving forward, big chance. Must be just wide. It's going to be a corner. Right, I'm just going to nip the toilet quick. Two secs. Oh my goodness me, it's fucking boiling in here. It's absolutely boiling. Whew. Kieran would take Doak back up here. Kuhn linked with Brighton heavily. Yeah. Matt O'Reilly's on about moving away as well. He did quite well up at Scotland. Oh, you mean since they've changed to a league format? Sorry, yes. Yes, I would agree with that. Lovely ball into the channel there. Really, really good play. Stansfield, you got to do better there. Unlucky. Better from England. Much, much better. Yeah, as it stands, it's 57% in favour of Germany against Italy tomorrow night. So Germany is currently winning in the poll. If you do want to go and vote, go and check it out. Thanks again to everyone that's liked and shared and commented and subscribed on YouTube. It makes a massive, massive difference to the channel. So big thank you to those that have. If you go and search Premier League Dad, you can find us. We're live every single day. Doing watch-alongs like this. O'Reilly's classmate, gutted he didn't get the chance to show it that season there. Was he injured quite a lot, O'Reilly? Because every time I've seen him play, I've not been particularly overwhelmed by him. And now all of a sudden, there's, I mean, fees of 25 million quid being talked about, and just feels a little bit steep for a player who, yeah, Napoli. Yeah, I've seen Napoli are looking at him. Out for 7 months. Oh, he might have just been injured then. Maybe I've called it wrong. When I have seen him come back, I didn't think he was particularly good, but I wasn't aware. I've got to be honest. I wasn't immediately aware that he'd been out for so long. So I do feel quite bad now, actually. Kieran Stansfield, Reece Stansfield possession. Stanfield's pressing has been absolutely unreal. Oh, England very, very nearly. They're just missing that final ball, aren't they? When they get the ball in the final, just in the final third, they get a chance to play it in, and it's just always a little bit under hit or a little bit over hit. They're not quite getting that final ball right. ZQXV, where do you see us finishing in the Champions League? I can see us making the quarters. I think we'll do more than that, mate. I don't see a team really beating Liverpool over 2 legs. Honestly, I think over 2 legs, there's not really a team that I'm particularly scared of. I mean, PSG, you know, they did really well. They played really well last season. You know, I'm sure they'd fancy themselves again, but equally so would we. We gave them a real game. We beat them in Paris. Nobody else was able to do that really convincingly. We beat them in Paris. I thought we were quite unlucky at Anfield. We made a big mistake, and that cost us. And then we went out on penalties. So penalties is basically the flip of a coin a lot of the time. So you've got to say Liverpool were a little bit unlucky to go out to PSG, and honestly, nobody laid a glove on PSG. It was only Liverpool. Everyone else got swept aside by him. So, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that Liverpool will go very, very far in the Champions League, and it'll take an exceptional team to stop them in all competitions, to be honest. If we are able to take all competitions seriously, Liverpool go far in all competitions. But I do think we'll rest quite a few, the same way we did against Plymouth. We obviously didn't quite have the legs for the League Cup, and Newcastle battered us in that. We were unlucky in the Champions League. In the final couple of months of the Premier League, we kind of took our eye off the ball. So we're going to have to do better. The squad definitely needs refreshing. But I'm not worried about anyone next season. I think Liverpool will feel confident we can get far. ZQXV, I was on about Newcastle, but Liverpool will win it. Oh, sorry, Newcastle. How will Newcastle get? Sorry, I've just seen your profile picture. Of course you mean Newcastle. Silly. How do I think you'll get on? Yeah, I think you will get quarterfinals. I think that is fair. Yeah, I think Newcastle can get out of the group stage for sure. Wouldn't surprise me if you got out of the group stage. The real task for Newcastle, I think Newcastle will probably have a similar Champions League to what Villa had. In that you'll maybe get a few big scalps, and you'll have, you know, big nights at St James's Park, and it'll be really good. You'll really enjoy it, but you maybe will fall off in the league as a result. That's what happened with Villa. I think Villa went, is it 8 or 9 games after a Champions League game without a win, and I think in 8 of those games they had 7 defeats after a Champions League game in the league. They were shocking. They were really poor. They went to Molineux and got beat after the Champions League. They went to where else they went and got beat? Quite a few really disappointing away performances, particularly. Inter score is still 1-0 to Inter Milan. 75th minute in that one, and for what it's worth, Inter Milan have had 81% possession in the second half. They've had 0 shots on target, though. No shots on target in the second half. In fact, no shots on target in the entire game for Inter Milan. You would never have believed that, would you? If I'd have told you that after 75 minutes, Inter Milan wouldn't have had a shot on target and they'd be getting beat by Urawa Red Diamonds. In fact, Urawa Reds have had 2 shots on target compared to Inter Milan's 0. They've only had 17% possession, but they've had 2 shots on target. They've had just as many big chances, and they've buried their big chance. Rio Watanabe. Still 2-1 to Real Oviedo. That one is probably going to go to extra time, so we might end up carrying over and doing this one after it. Kieran, it's balancing league form and Champions League that'll be an issue. Yeah, absolutely. It's the same with everyone, isn't it? FM No Casuals, in all fairness, if you'd said that just before the game, I'd say it was possible. That Celtic against Barca stuff, 2-1 win with 14% position. Tony Watt. It was Tony Watt, wasn't it? Yeah, no shots on target. No shots on target. That's astonishing. ZQXV, what a save. What save? Have I missed something? For Spain, or is this in the Inter game? Is this in the Inter game? Oh, that one. No, it was a deflection. Yeah, Beadle didn't save that. It was a big deflection. Just 18 at the time, first season out the reserves. That game cost my big brother an absolute fortune. He had Barcelona to win. And it would have been about 9 grand on an acca, honestly. And that was the game that cost him. He hates him now. Hates Celtic for that. Absolutely hates him. Well, we're into the last 15 here. Spain. It's a lot of long ball stuff from Spain. They're mixing it up, but if I'm really honest, England look quite comfortable. They look quite comfortable. Kieran, he's a mug then. The odds would have been so short, it's hardly worth it. Last bet I put on was the Scotland-England 2-2. Nice. No, it's a long... I think he had an acca on like multiple thingies, and it's one of them where... You know, if you put, say, 10 on, you end up getting like 50% increase on the odds because you've put a certain number on. It was one of them. But either way, yeah, it's such is life. Right, here we go. Corner for Elliot Anderson to whip in. ZQXV, do you think Michael Elise is better than most wingers at the minute? He's very, very good. He's certainly... Oh, that's a pen, ref. That must be a pen. How are you not giving that? Oh, in fairness, he's not even claimed it, to be fair. It must have been a dive. Must have been a dive. Wow. Yeah, Michael Elise is definitely in the world-class bracket now. He's definitely in the world-class bracket, but I don't think he's... Oh, Inter have scored. Inter have scored. 1-1. I think I'd put him in the top 10 for sure. Right, it's a corner to England here. Corner to England. Opportunity for them to maybe get a third that maybe kills the game off, to be honest. They get a third, I think England are through to the semis. 7 corners for England, 4 for Spain. Whipped in, chance. Cleared away. Very well done. We're in the top 10. Does Jacob Murphy go after last season? Chance! How's he missed it? Who was that? Who was that? Oh, Hinchelwood, you've got to score that. You've got to score. Free header, 6 yards out. You have got to get that on target. Elliot Anderson has put it on a plate for you. Oh, have you missed that? How have you missed that? Anywhere on target, that's a goal. Anywhere on target, that's 3-1. He's had an absolute disaster there, Hinchelwood. Jesus Rodriguez about to come on. He's linked with quite a few moves this summer, isn't he, Jesus Rodriguez? Doing incredibly well for Betis. Yeah, Jacob Murphy, I mean, if I'm really honest, I don't think he gets anywhere close to the top 10. But he's had a good season, hasn't he? I think that's part of Newcastle's problem, to be honest, is that you've got Murphy, Barnes, Gordon. And if I'm really honest, there's only one of them that I would argue are a top 6 footballer. You probably need another 2 or 3 wingers at the top level. Maybe, definitely 2 anyway. Definitely 2. You need it'd be good if you went and got someone like Gibbs, White and Mbermo. If you went and got Gibbs, White and Mbermo, teams would start taking Newcastle seriously at that top end. But yeah, until then, you're dealing with Murphy and Barnes, and you're not gonna challenge seriously. Murphy and Barnes were incredible this season. Yeah, I mean they did decent form. England are in here. This could be 3. Squirt him up. What are you doing? No. Who is that? Who is that? He's shocking him. He's had an absolute shocker. You can have Dyson Maeda. Yeah, no, mate. Barnes was just okay. He's not a good player. Not really. You need better than Harvey Barnes at the top level. And definitely better than Murphy. Spain, ball in, cleared away, good defending. 40 plus goal contributions this season. Yeah, but that's like Paul Mullen. It's like Paul Mullen's goal contributions that for Wrexham a couple of seasons ago. Can't take it seriously. Great play by Spain, getting it out wide to the left-hand side here. Here is it Jesus Rodriguez who's just come on? Wonderful bit of play. Back to Javi Guerra. Spain knocking it about really, really nicely. Stood up to the far post. It's going to go straight out for a goal kick. Kieran, nobody's done that for a long time up here, to be fair. Still don't think he turns up in the Premier League, mate. I think he's one of them that... I don't think he's a Premier League player, to be honest. I remember Kyogo. Kyogo is he's linked with Birmingham now, isn't he, Kyogo? Here's Wanyuri coming on. Wanyuri about to come on. He is a top player. I like Ethan Wanyuri. Who's coming off? Stansfield, as he should. As he should. FM no casuals. No one is slagging Barnes off, but if fans want to progressing, he isn't the one. Yeah, I think Barnes shouldn't even be a bench player for the team in the top 6, to be really, really brutally honest. You need better. You need better off the bench. In a long season, I think it's getting to the point now where if you want to place in the top 5, you almost have to be aiming to win the Premier League, and you'll finish somewhere in there, won't you? Like Chelsea just about made it, and they were like a couple of points off Liverpool at Christmas. It's something that every team has to be focusing a little bit higher on. If you just aim for 4th and 5th, you probably don't make it. So Newcastle, I think, you have to raise the standards a little bit with the wingers and the centre-backs. Centre-backs too. They're too loyal to Shah and Byrne. Shah and Byrne aren't going to make them Champions League contenders again this year. I think they're going to struggle. Good backups and an absolute max, that's it. And Botman, you can't hang your hat on, sadly. Kyogo would get 2 chances and score both of them. For every goal he scores, he misses 3 or 4 clear-cut chances. Dyson Maeda doesn't... His touch and finishing aren't good enough, right? Quick though, isn't he? He's rapid. Absolutely rapid. Right. What's the score? We're still on 57%. 57% to 43% on YouTube for the poll for tomorrow night's game. If you do want to vote in tomorrow night's poll, make sure you go over to YouTube, check it out, and you can go and see what game we're going to be watching tomorrow. You can decide what game we're going to be watching tomorrow. You need to go to YouTube and search Premier League Dad and vote Real Madrid against Pachuca or Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s. If you haven't voted yet, please go and do so. Go and click like and subscribe while you're there as well. I think Gay or Nico Slotterbeck would be our best options. You're not getting Gay because he's decided he's coming to Liverpool now, but I think there's some good centre backs in the Prem. I mean, Liverpool are linked with Nathan Collins as well at Brentford. That'd be a decent signing for Newcastle. I'd be amazed if Newcastle didn't go and look at the likes of Diamond, by the way, as well. I know he's linked to Palace, but Diamond would have been a really good shout. There's Mosquera as well. Mosquera's a great young centre-back playing for Valencia. He's playing tonight for Spain. Very talented. Cresswell. Just talked about Cresswell at Toulouse. I am telling you, they are the sort of signings that I think elevate Newcastle. Chimey, are you planning on watching the Scottish Prem, Kee? Yeah, we'll do a bit of the Scottish Prem. We did quite a bit of the Scottish Prem towards the latter part of last season. We watched the SPL, we watched the Old Firm. Does he give a pen? He's give a pen. He's give a goal kick. I thought he'd give a pen. He hasn't give a pen. He's only give a goal kick. I thought that we watched quite a bit of it last season. We watched the Old Firm and we watched Ross County against Livingston. Both legs of Ross County and Livingston. And the second leg of Ross County and Livingston is still to this day one of the most watched streams we've done on this channel. It was incredible. I loved that game. Great game. Harley, are you watching England under 21? Yes, mate, we are. That's what we're watching right now. ZQXV, the only thing is we have the money, but we won't go in for the signings we need. I think you will, probably once you've got this Isak money confirmed. Once you've confirmed that you're selling Isak, then you'll go and spend quite big, the same way Spurs did with Bale. Because Spurs lined it up with Real Madrid, didn't they? That's what Daniel Levy did, and then he went, right, we've got that lined up and pretty much verbally agreed. I'm going to go and sign Paulinho, Lamella, Soldado. Just went and blew all that money on pretty awful players for the most part, didn't he? Scottish football is the best supported league per capita in the world. That'll be why. England driving forward here again. It's Wanyuri. What a wonderful run this is. Really smart play. England still pushing forward with it. Fernie, good player is Cresswell, but couldn't get into Leeds side, probably because of his age and inexperience. Yeah, I think that's probably fair, mate. But honestly, every time I've watched him for Toulouse, he's been incredible. And then every time I've watched him for England under 21s recently, he's won everything in the air. Absolutely everything in the air. Been so good. RFC and Newcastle Army, do you think England will win? Do I think England will win? Yes, I think they hang on. There's another 5 minutes left in this one, and I think England will win. Yes. That could put teams like Newcastle off at present. What, the fact that he didn't make it at Leeds? What do you think could make it? I'm not sure. I think Newcastle need to be targeting young players with ambition. They're exactly the sort of players that Newcastle should be looking at. I don't understand why they're not going for players like Branthwaite as well. Branthwaite would be a good signing for Newcastle. I think Cresswell would be an exceptional sign. If it was me, if I was Newcastle's manager, if I was Eddie Howe, I would be going, right, fine, let's get Isak sold, get him gone. Joe Linton's apparently being linked with Saudi. I wouldn't want to sell him, but fine, let's get him off the books. And then let's go and get some young, talented centre-backs. Namely, I think if you could go and get Branthwaite and you could get Cresswell for circa 90 million, maybe, between the two of them. 90 million quid, and you've got Botman and maybe Botman and Shah behind him, or Botman and Shah rotating with those two. Dan Burn can play on the left if he needs to, can't he, as well? So you could still have Dan Burn in there in the mix. It's a long season, lots of games. I think that's the sort of side that Newcastle need to prioritising. England are in again here. Chance. Oh, miles over the bar. Not good enough. Ben, Oviedo still 2-1 with 7 minutes to go. Then injury time. Miranda's are down to 10 men. Well, like I said, I'm happy to switch it over. Once this game finishes, happy to watch the extra time of Miranda's and Oviedo as well. Fernie, yes, because he didn't make it with us. as we were a championship side when Cresswell was with us. He's still only young, isn't he, mate? He's still only I wouldn't say a baby, but he's not really had, I guess, enough exposure. How many games did he actually play at Leeds? Can't have played that many. Can't have played too many games at Leeds. Sully, I like this keeper. He's very good. ZQXV, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea buy another 5 players this window. Yeah. Yeah, mate, he played Leeds, Fernie. He played like 5-10 games for you. 5 games in the Championship he played. And actually, that's not even starts. Just 5 games in the Championship. That's, to me, I don't think that's anywhere near enough to make a reasonably formed opinion on him. Especially when he's only 22. Only just turned 22 as well. But yeah, I think if they were to go and get him, that'd be a good signing. ZQXV, I wouldn't mind signing Semenyo and Elanga than selling Gordon. Apparently, Bournemouth are asking for 65 million for Semenyo. And Elanga probably about the same, 50-60 million. So, I don't think you get anywhere close to that for Gordon. Gordon's probably only going to be about the same price as them two. Gordon's maybe 70 million tops. Isak's maybe 120, 130 tops. So, I think you'd have to use the money wisely. Joe Linton's going to be a big loss, but that would make sense, I think, if you could get rid of Joe Linton to Saudi. Right, Germany and Italy well in the lead on the poll on YouTube. If you are intending to watch us tomorrow night, we've got a live tomorrow night. We've got 2 lives tomorrow night. We're live for Denmark under-21s against France under-21s, which is the other quarter-final in this under-21 championship. We're live for that at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock kickoff. I'll be live at 4 p.m. And then straight after that, the 8 o'clock kickoff is Real Madrid against Pachuca, or Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s, right? You can vote and you can decide which of those 2 games we watch. Which of those 2 games do we watch? Go to YouTube right now, search Premier League Dad and go and vote which of those 2 games you want us to watch. It's very tight right now. Germany under-21s, 56% of the vote. 44% to Real Madrid. If you think Real Madrid should be the game we watch, you need to go and vote. You need to go and vote on Premier League Dad, and we will, get to YouTube, go and vote it up. Omar, you got to feel bad for Inter. Well, they've just scored, mate. They're 2-1 up. Inter Milan are ahead. 2-1 up. Fernie, not as many as we wanted. Promotion and needed experience to get us up. That's fair. That's fair. If Joe Linton goes, then we have Miley, who's still growing. Yeah, Lewis Miley's a great player, isn't he? Youngest player to get an assist. Youngest player to get an assist in a Champions League game, I believe, Lewis Miley. Or youngest English player to get an assist in a Champions League game. Chance here, maybe. That's a penalty, ref. That has to be. And it is a penalty for England. It's a penalty for England. There you go. Iturbi come flying out. There was 4 minutes left at the end of this game. The keeper came flying out at the edge of his area to try and win it. And it was Jonathan Rowe, I think, who nipped in front. Got a touch on it. The keeper smashed through him. And now England have a penalty. England have a penalty. It's the clearest penalty you're ever likely to see. The Spain goalkeeper doesn't even appeal it. He doesn't even appeal it. It's the clearest penalty ever. Rowe gets to it. And he cleans him out. Yeah, it's going to be a pen. And it's going to be England with a chance to make it 3-1 going into the final few minutes. Final few seconds here. It is a penalty. Fernie, remember when Brian Clough got Trevor Francis for 1 million? People said it was crazy money. But look at the prices now. Well, I mean, with inflation, mate, it's probably not far off. I mean, what was £1 million then? What would that be worth now? It's probably not far off your big money now, to be honest. Inflation, you've still got to factor in inflation. Ronnie Dodge, here we go. Elliot Anderson, he scores, and England are through to the semis. England are through to the semi-finals. Wonderful. 3-1. 3-1 for the Young Lions. Lee Carsley and Ashley Cole. Very, very made up with that one. Elliot Anderson with the goal. Antonio Cordero could be the Geordie Messi. Yeah, good young player, Cordero. He's done well for the under-19s. He has done well for the under-19s. Daniel, how is Archie Gray playing? Hasn't played. Jake Pike, can you see someone outside of Europe winning the Club World Cup? No. No, I don't think so, Jake. I don't think so. Ronnie, who do we face in the semis? That's a good point, actually. Spain, just about getting ahead here. It's going to be cleared away. Right, yes. So, England will face the Netherlands in the semis. It's been decided. So, England will face the Netherlands, and the winners of Germany and Italy will play the winners of Denmark and France, both of whom play tomorrow night. So, yeah, England, it's all kicking off here. There's a fight on the pitch. It is all going off here. I don't know who it is who's actually fighting. They're all scrapping. Hey. I tell you what, it's Cresswell. Cresswell's having a go at someone. I don't know why, but there's a massive fight on the pitch here. The Spanish manager's saying, get him off the pitch. But Charlie Cresswell's not happy. Daniel Birkby, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Daniel, but we watch everyone on this channel. So yeah, we watch them all. Premier League, Champions League, Championship, Europa League, everyone. Bundesliga, La Liga, Eredivisie. We watch more games of football on this channel than any other channel you'll find. Any other channel. 4 times as many watch-alongs as Mark Goldbridge on this channel. 4 times. He did 16 last month. 60 plus. Small time. ZQXV, when did Denmark next play? Denmark, as in under-21s, tomorrow night. They play against France at 5 p.m. We're going to be watching it. 4 p.m. start. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff. So I'll be live tomorrow at 4 for Denmark against France. And then at 8 o'clock, we need to decide. We need to end this poll. I'll give it another 5 minutes. If anyone wants to go and vote in the poll to decide what game we're going to watch tomorrow night, you've literally got 5 minutes. You've got till 10 p.m, right? 10 p.m. If you go to YouTube, search Premier League Dad, you can vote which game we watch at 8 p.m. Is it going to be Real Madrid against Pachuca in the Club World Cup? Or is it going to be Germany against Italy in the Under-21s quarterfinals? It's one of those two. One of them we've got to watch, and we'll keep an update on the other, but we're going to watch one of them live. You can go and vote in the poll on YouTube right now. Currently 53% to Germany, and it's very, very close. Very, very close. Fernie, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers for the stream, buddy. No worries, Fernie. Take it easy, mate. Good to have you on as always, and good to have a good chat about Leeds United as well. 3 minutes left in that poll, so if you do want to have a look. ZQXV, the camera angle on YouTube looks so much different. I know, yeah. We've got to have a different one on TikTok. I'm not allowed to have the same one because of the sponsor that we have for the channel is not allowed on TikTok. So you get a different. I've got a different sponsor, or I've got a sponsor on YouTube. So yeah, that's what it is. FM No Casuals, I cashed before the Inter winner. Oh, mate, you've had a shocker. Adam Monteith, who you're watching. We've just watched England against Spain in the Under-21s quarterfinals. It's just finished. It's just gone off. England 3-1 winners going through to the semi-final to meet the Netherlands. So that's going to be a really, really good game to watch, I think. We play them, I think, is it Monday? I think we play them Monday now. Is it Monday or Tuesday? It might be Tuesday. Jake, what game are you hoping wins, mate? Surely a Trent hate watch. I don't mind. We've got 2 minutes left in the poll. 90 seconds, nearly, actually. 90 seconds left in the poll, and it's currently neck and neck, to be honest. It's 53% to Germany under-21s versus Italy under-21s, and 47% to Real Madrid Pachuca. 90 seconds left in the poll. If you do want to go and vote, you've got to get over there. Clalisto, what did you think of the Sundowns game? I didn't watch it, I didn't watch it. I was too busy. We were watching the Netherlands game, the Netherlands-Portugal game. But I was intrigued, certainly, at how it ended up. 4-3 to Dortmund. It was a weird game, wasn't it? Massively weird game. ZQXV, it still makes me laugh how many people think Højlund starts over Asula for Denmark. Asula's done very well, hasn't he? He's done very, very well. What channel is the Spanish game on? It is on Premier Sports, yeah. So we might actually do that. I might actually put the Spanish game, Premier Sports, on, because I can put that on. So I've got, if you've got Premier Sports, you can put it on. When did Denmark next play? So we've done that one. FM No Casuals, I'd vote under 21 just because you're giving me free scouting. Well, it's neck and neck, and we're there. It's there. That's the end of the poll. At the end of the poll, it is 48% to Real Madrid Pachuca. Germany under 21s versus Italy under 21s, just nicking it with 52. So that is the game we're going to be doing tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Germany versus Italy. Poll complete. Nice. Thank you everyone that did vote in that. Maureen Nolan, Joe Bellingham scored his first goal for Dortmund today. Did he really? I didn't see that. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Shay, 16-15 in votes. That's tight, yeah. Snug, isn't it? It's very snug. But, hey, listen. What can we say? Someone took it at the end there to nick it for Germany. Ben, he scored and got a man of the match job. Jonathan XL, Netherlands-England will be an interesting game. Especially after today. I was quite surprised by how well England played. Very surprised by how well Netherlands defended. They were incredible against Portugal under 21s today. There's Harvey Elliott, who is effectively the match winner in this game. And that'll raise his transfer fee for Liverpool, won't it? That'll get us that transfer fee we're looking for. Brilliant from England, love it. Daniel Birkby, Leeds v Liverpool should be good next season. Yeah, very, very good. Looking forward to another trip to Elland Road. I mean, not me. I'll be here watching it with you guys, but another for Liverpool to go to Elland Road for sure. Ben, England versus Germany under 21 final will be decent. Oh yeah, England Germany in the final. They've already battered us though. That's the problem. They battered us in the group stages. That'd be interesting if England played Germany, because they smashed us the other day. ZQXV, who even plays for Italy under 21s. Well, there's quite a few young Premier League players in the Italy under 21s now. There's a couple that have arrived this summer. Coppola's just signed for Brighton, the 9 million quid. Willie Nonto, of course, for Leeds. We've just been talking about Leeds. Willie Nonto's up front. Coyote, Brentford. They've just signed Michael Coyote. Who else? Some young Italian. Fiorentina have had a few young Italian players in there. I think maybe someone like Andor, Cher Andor. He used to play for PSG. Cher Andor's probably in there. Yeah, there's some decent players for Italy. I still fancy Germany tomorrow night though. Germany were incredible against England, so I would certainly fancy them. Jonathan XL, do you only go home games? No, I don't go any games anymore. I have swore off going to football matches anymore. I used to go I wouldn't say I go all games, but I used to go maybe 20 or 30 a season, if not more. And not all Liverpool either. I'd go all. I'd go to home and away. I'd go across the leagues, up and down the Championship, League 1, League 2. Been up to Scotland and watched quite a bit of footy. Go all over the place. I just love watching football, mate, but I will not go to watch footy matches anymore, really. Sadly, I won't do it anymore. Ben, stick Oviedo on, mate. Yes, I will. I'll stick Oviedo on. I'll put Oviedo on. 1 second. Is it fully started as well, by the way? The second half. No, it's on a pause. Right, okay. Fine. Fine. Honestly, it is absolutely baking. It is absolutely baking in here, isn't it? Well, not that you'd know, but it is. It's absolutely sweltering. It's sweltering, the lads. Right, go on. We'll put the. Should we put the logos up? Should we put the logos up? Go on. We'll put the logos up on. Right, hang on. Are you extending the stream? Yes, Shimey, I am extending the stream for the remaining part of Real Oviedo against Mirandes. So we're going to do Real Oviedo against Mirandes to see what happens in that one. Because there's 30 minutes left and maybe a penalty shootout, to be honest. So I'm game to watch that. Just need to... Just need to get it all set up here. Right, there you go. Logos, where are you? Right, on YouTube now, it should be, in literally 2 seconds, fully updated. Just give it 1 sec and it'll refresh. And you'll be able to see, in all its glory, there you go. Real Oviedo against Mirandes. And we'll start it at 0. Well, not 0-0, but you know what I mean. We'll start it at 0 because it's just about to kick off for the first half of extra time. So, yeah, we're good. We're flying. We've got loads of good footy on tonight. Loads and loads of good footy on tonight. Okay. Oh, I've just seen Oviedo are in there away, the thingy kit, so we'll put it in red and black. There you go. That's a bit better. Real Oviedo and Mirandes. On the road FC, can you get scoreboard up on your lives, Key? Yes, I can, but not on my TikTok. It's only on YouTube. It's only on YouTube. I can't get it up on TikTok. That's why I find most people start on TikTok and then move over to YouTube. So I've got a scoreboard, I've got the live, I've got the clock, everything's up and running, but only on YouTube, I've got to say. So, right, I'm just syncing the clock up and everything. Reese, what game are we watching now, Prem Dad? We are watching Real Oviedo against Mirandes in the La Liga 2 playoff final. It's the second leg. There's a chance for Santi Cazorla, one of your great Arsenal legends, to get Real Oviedo back up to La Liga next season. Looking forward to it. FM No Casuals, I love that fan noise. Kieran, Spanish second tier ASMR. I forgot that. Can you hear the fan? Can you actually hear the fan? Although I suppose you can on TikTok. I'm hoping you can't hear it too much on YouTube. It's so hot in here. Honestly, I can't even tell you how hot it is. I mean, you can see I'm basically like shaking my t-shirt at you with the fan. Look at that. Look at that. It's like a Mexican wave. FM No Casuals. Kieran is banned from reading the Sun newspaper in the Cop. Into a lucky then, man. What game are we watching? We've done that one. 1 second. Right. Shay472. Oh, no, we've done that one. Daz Reynolds. Does Harvey miss the semi-finals? I don't think he does. I'm not sure if he does. I hope he doesn't anyway. No, I hope he doesn't. Mate, I have mine on 365. Oh dear, right, okay. It's a corner. It's a corner. I thought that was going to go... I thought he was maybe going to sneak that in, actually, you know. Real Oviedo having to defend very, very well. Miranda's doing all the pushing. Cheers, mate. I find the noise calming. We both know I'm pretty deranged. It's not a particularly soothing experience, I've got to say. It's not the most soothing experience. It's too hot to be soothing. Right, here we go. Oviedo knocking it forward. Miranda's. It's a lot of that. Again, that second ball, just scrappy. Neither team really able to get a foot on it. It's kind of what you'd expect, I guess, of Championship football, to be honest. So it's not really a surprise that we're seeing it in La Liga. Just Dev, for you, better club, Boca or River Plate? I can't really comment on the better club. I'd say the better team right now is River Plate. I would say River are just about better. Yeah. Only marginal though. I like both teams, to be honest. I like both. I can't say I have a strong feeling for either. OJW, is this legit? Are you LGBTQHD MITV? No, mate, I'm not. Juice Dev, in history. I mean, I don't know. Now you're trying to test me. Now you're trying to test me on history, aren't you? I don't know. I couldn't tell you if you asked me how many trophies of River Plate won versus how many trophies of Boca won. I don't know. I'd be taking an absolute wild guess. All I'm saying is right now, I think River Plate are a slightly better team than Boca. Right now, that's it. But that's my opinion. I don't know. I don't feel strongly about either team, if I'm really honest. I don't feel strongly about either team. And I watch a little bit of Argentinian football, but I don't feel strongly about either team. I don't think either have got a chance of winning the Club World Cup. Let's put it that way. 2-2 on aggregate. I think this one's got penalties all over it. I'll tell you that. I think it's going to be penalties all over. Because all has been took off. He's not even on the pitch anymore. Oh, Ben, you said that there'd been a thingy. There'd been a red card in this. There hasn't been a red card. The player that got sent off was off the bench. It must have been a decision that was given that they didn't agree with, because it's still 11v11 on the pitch. Yeah, it's still 11v11. Ethan, I didn't realise we have moved on to another match. Yes, we have moved on to another match. Yeah, we've moved on to Oviedo against Mirandes in the La Liga playoff final to see who goes up to La Liga next season. Cazorla has already scored a penalty and then he's left the pitch. To be honest, it looks like, based on the stats, it looks like Oviedo have had the better of the action, but Mirandes have been pushing, certainly in the first part of extra time here. They've looked more likely to maybe come on and do something. Ben, I'd just seen someone had a red card for Mirandes, didn't check who or if he was on the field. Yeah, no, I was going to say it was one of the subs. Lovely ball through. Oviedo should do. Don't want to finish it. Oh, have you missed it? Oh, it's gone behind. It's going to go for a throw. Oviedo could have killed the game there. Could have been 3-1. Big chance. Big chance for Oviedo. Really unlucky. Lovely little ball over the top. And just couldn't quite get the final ball right. Unlucky. Long ball forward. Oviedo down the left-hand side. Chance if he gets it in the middle. He's in. That must be a penalty, ref. That must be a penalty. How's he not give it? How's he not give it? How's he not give that? That should have been a penalty. I can't believe he's not give it. Chance, spin. What a goal! 3-1 Oviedo. What a finish. 3-1. That should have been a penalty, I think, but then the great spin and smashed it into the top corner. And it's Paulinho as well, the centre forward. What a goal. The keeper's up the other end of the pitch. It's absolute scenes here. It's absolute scenes. What an absolutely wonderful goal. It's an absolutely wonderful goal. Great goal, that. You love to see it. And look at it, it's packed as well. It's absolutely, as you'd expect. I mean, it is absolutely packed. Chimey, did you get the chance to check out PES 21? I haven't played it, mate. I really haven't played it. I haven't played anything though. I haven't played any games for a very long time now. So I haven't played any games, I promise you. But I've looked, like I've gone on YouTube and stuff and had a look at all Pro Evos. That's about it though. I've not played anything. And I need to spend some time, like, some point. Maybe I dedicate a bit of time when the new FIFA comes out. It's probably the only thing I can commit to. But I haven't played any footy games anyway, any footy games for at least 6 months. Oh, do you know what? That's some finish, that. I don't care what you say. There's going to be a claim for a shove in the back, because the Mirandes defender jumps and he misjudges it and he ends up flicking it behind him. And the finish on the turn, right into the top corner. That is straight out the top draw. Santi Cazorla is sprinting on the pitch. He's having none of it. Santi Cazorla, unbelievable. What a wonderful finish that is. And that might just be enough to take us... well, I think that might be it. I don't think it's going to go all the way through now unless Mirandes can turn it round in the next 15 minutes. Great goal. Top quality goal. Finners Matty, will you do a transfer deadline day stream? I don't know. Maybe. I'm kind of a little bit burned by the transfer. We did the big fat transfer show video, and it didn't really go all that well, to be honest. I wasn't majorly impressed by it, so. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we do a transfer deadline day stream just to see if anything happens. To be honest, mate, I don't think many teams are going to make late moves. It's kind of a thing of the past that now. There's not been too much activity late in the transfer window. It does tend to happen, but it's usually lower down. It's like in the Championship, stuff like that. It's not really Premier League teams that get it done. You see it maybe... Teams across Europe and the Championship, Premier League teams are getting their business done earlier and earlier and earlier every year. So I don't think we'll see too many or too much movement late in the window this season. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my gut feeling anyway. It's getting a little bit aggressive now, a little bit foully and a little bit violent on the pitch as we approach the end of the first half of extra time. FM No Casuals, it'd be class to see them in La Liga. My word, what a competitive second tier it is. Yeah, it really is. It really is. And it wasn't Paulinho, by the way. Sorry, it was Portillo. Francisco Portillo, who's 35, by the way. 35. 35, and this is his first season for Real Oviedo. He's bounced around a little bit. I remember Portillo back in his Malaga days. Played for Malaga a lot when I went over. I think he might have been actually there when I went and watched Malaga. Used to go and watch Malaga quite a bit at La Rosaleda. And yeah, he played at Malaga for a good few years, Portillo. I think he was ex-Real Madrid at one point? Did he come through the Madrid Academy? Francisco Portillo. I'm going to double check that now because I've made myself think it, so... Oh, could be. I thought it was nearly 2-2 there. Very nearly 2-2. Right, Francisco Portillo. Hang on a minute. Where did he come through? No, he came through the Malaga Academy. I don't know why I thought he came through the Madrid. There was a Portillo who came through Madrid, wasn't there? Portillo, Real Madrid. What was his name? Javier Portillo. Javier Portillo. He's retired now. He's a little bit older. But he was a centre-forward who played for Real Madrid. It's as good as damn it. Chimey, Oviedo's only winning because I bet on Mirandes. The bookies really hate me. Stephen Kane, where are you from? I'm going to say that you're from Liverpool. I'm not from Liverpool, no. I am from the northwest, but it's a big area, isn't it? I am originally from a place called St Helens. I was born maybe 15-20 minutes from Anfield. My dad supported Liverpool all his life, so I am a Liverpool supporter, but I haven't got an L postcode. I haven't got a purple wheelie bin, so I'm not a Scouser. I don't claim to be a Scouser. I would never claim to be a Scouser, but yeah, no, I'm from kind of in between Liverpool and Manchester. Dilatango, Arsenal close to signing American... Oh. Very nearly. Very, very nearly. Right, it's half time here. Half time. Who's the biggest club in London? Biggest club in London. Biggest club in London. Probably Chelsea. And I hate to say that. Because I would have said Arsenal every single day up until probably 5 years ago. You got to take into account the fact that we don't like it that 20 years ago this guy came in and well, more than 20, it was 22 years, wasn't it? 22 years ago, Abramovich came in. I don't like it. He came in, he kind of ruined the league, but he made it fun for a while for Chelsea, and made it unfair for a lot of other teams. But however you look at it, come hell or high water, Abramovich did come in, and Chelsea now have 2 European Cups. They've got a load of Premier League titles. They've got a load of medals and stuff in the last 20 years that Arsenal don't have. So recent history, current standing, they're not a bad team, still a good team, but recent history, you'd say they've got the edge over Arsenal, haven't they? And I think Chelsea and Arsenal's a tough one. Finley Webb, hi mate, can I have some advice, please? No mate, I don't give advice, thank you. Don't give advice. Good luck with whatever your ailment is though. Sunday, you've come up on my FYP so much over the past few weeks, you'll watch any game, won't you? Pretty much, mate, yeah, pretty much. I mean, that is what we do. That is the whole point of the channel, is to watch games of football. I'm sad. I'm not out here saying I'm some sort of out to be I'm sad. I love watching football. That's all I do. That is all I do. I love watching football games. So we watch football games. That's what we do on this channel. We're watching 2 tomorrow. The Under-21 Championships. Denmark against France. And Germany against Italy. Watching pretty much all the Club World Cup knockout games. We watch La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, Ligue 1, Championship, Leagues 1 and 2. We watch the National League playoff final. All the Premier League games, SPL, watch a bit of everything. Love it, it's great. And we get a load of fans in as well. We get a nice mix of fans in. It's not like we just get Liverpool fans in like me. It's not like an echo chamber. This is one of the reasons why I created it. I only started the channel 6 months ago. And we've got to 5,000 subs pretty quickly. We flew to 5,000 subs on YouTube. And most of them are fans from loads of different clubs. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I don't really like watching Liverpool fan channels. It's a bit boring. I mean, they do great work, but it's not really something for me. It feels like a bit of an echo chamber. And it's the same with United fan channels and Spurs fan channels and Arsenal fan channels. And, it's just a lot of Arsenal fans talking about Arsenal. Where's the fun in that? Where's the enjoyment in that? Surely it comes from Arsenal fans talking to Burnley fans about what matters to each team. I think it's great fun. We have loads of conversations in this chat that I would have never had before. So it's good. It's good fun. Sunday drinking club, you're not sad, just so funny. Listen, hey, I appreciate you saying it's coming up, mate. At least the algorithm's helping me out, if nothing else. Gura, what do you know about BK Hacken? I know that you cost me money not that long ago. You lost in the Swedish Cup. You lost in the Swedish Cup, didn't you? You got knocked out on penalties. I needed you to win that one as well. I can't remember who it was you got beat by. But you got beat. You got knocked out. I'm sure you did on penalties. And you cost me money. But I do know about Hacken, yes. Tightest. Who was it you beat then? Was it Hacken? Who did you beat? Malmo. Sorry. You're right. I backed Malmo. I backed Malmo to win, and Hacken beat them on penalties. And I picked Malmo because I went to Malmo for the very first time. I flew to Copenhagen and I got the train across from Copenhagen to Malmo. And I went to the disgusting food museum in Malmo, which was good fun for a bit. Bit minging as well. But yeah, I know a little bit about Swedish football. Not a lot, but I know a little bit. We won in the final against Malmo. ZQXV, is there any matches on? Yes, we're watching one right now, mate. We're watching Real Oviedo against Mirandes. It is in the second half right now. 107:30. So I need to restart it, actually. 107. There you go. That's bang on. There you go. Right, so we're live again for the second half. Real Oviedo 3-1 up against Mirandes. 2 up on aggregate. Miranda's desperately need a goal. Desperately need a goal. Yeah. And do you know what? It still feels a little bit scrappy. It still feels a little bit scrappy. Chimey, do you think Abramovich changed the Prem? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely he changed the Prem. He changed it in so many ways. I mean, he changed the transfer market for a lot of teams, didn't he? Inflated transfer prices, all sorts of things. He had a big impact on a lot of things, and some would say it was for the better. I would argue it was for the worse, and I think it's kind of had a knock-on effect with how the Premier League are now treating the likes of City and Newcastle as well. They can't just have these super rich people coming in and totally changing the Premier League. They have to remember that the base of the Premier League are your Liverpools, your Man Uniteds, your Arsenals, and they've tried to grow sustainably over the years due to being well operated off the pitch. You can't allow teams to be bought up by super rich individuals and then all of a sudden Ipswich are the best team in the whole world. That's not good for the Premier League. It's not fair or ethical, but I'm sure Ipswich fans would love it. In the same way that City fans have loved it. City were barely a Premier League side when they got bought out. So, I think they're very cautious about it because of what happened with Abramovich. Gura, if you watch Eredivisie, do you know anything about Ibrahim Sadiq in RZ? Yes, I do know a lot about I'll say a lot. I'll hold my hands up on that. I know a little bit about him. Didn't he come from, was it Midtjylland? Was it Noord-Jylland? He did all right in the Danish Superliga, didn't he? And he started okay. I'd not heard, I don't know what his numbers were or anything last season, but I know he's well thought of, a little bit Mohamed Kudus, maybe. Another player who went from Denmark to Holland and has kind of, again, Ghanaian, I think there's potential with Sadiq. Yeah, potential with Sadiq. But I've not kept up with him, mate. I haven't kept up with him, so I don't know any more than that. I know that he moved from the Danish league and was highly thought of when he went to the Eredivisie, and he's done all right since. I couldn't tell you any more than that. I'd be lying if I said I did. Gura, he did play in Nordsjælland and then Häcken. He won Häcken the Swedish title. Right, okay. Decent, okay, that's good. Good. ZQXV, what about Chelsea? 1 billion spent in 5 years. Yeah, well, exactly. And this is it. I think Chelsea, they're breaking a lot of rules, aren't they? Gav's highlights, did England win, mate, in the end? They did, yeah. They won 3-1. Last minute penalty. Chance for Mirandes. Oviedo cleared away. Charmy, but that makes it more competitive. You could argue it makes it more competitive. You could argue it also makes it less interesting, though, as a brand. Because it's literally just about... It becomes more interesting off the pitch then, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you're a fan of a club, you're more interested in who the owner is rather than who the number 9 is, or who the club are bringing in from a transfer perspective. You're more interested in who can the club attract as a new owner, and all that matters is that. And that's not exciting. That's not what football should be about. It ceases to become a sport then. It just becomes who can attract an owner with the most money. And for me, that's like a zero-sum game. It's not something I enjoy. And I don't think the Premier League should be about that. Muzzles, who's winning the Prem then? I think at this point you'd have to say Liverpool. City are going to be very, very close. Yeah, City will be very, very close, but I would say it's Liverpool are understandably favourites, and City won't be far behind. That's going to be a foul, is it? No, ref gives no foul. No foul. I thought that should have been a foul to Mirandes, but no. It's going to be a free kick the opposite way, is it? No, he's not given nothing. It's just gone all the way out for a goal kick. Mad. Mad, mad, mad. Quick reminder why we've still got you. We are live tomorrow night at 4 p.m. for Denmark against France in the Under-21s quarterfinals championship. That's live tomorrow at 5. I'll be live at 4 p.m. for the watch along. Come and join us over on YouTube, Premier League Dad. And after that, if you or you're on TikTok right up here, you can click right up here as well. And straight after that, we're going to be live for the other Under-21 championship final, Germany championship quarter-final. Germany Under-21s against Italy Under-21s. But before that, we've got to see if Real Oviedo make it to the promised land. Are they going to be making it to La Liga next season? Will Santi Cazorla be playing La Liga football next year? One last hurrah. The Cazorla remontada. Riley, hello, how's it going, Riley? Good to see you. Nicholas Arno, are you staying up for River Plate, mate? No, this is my last game, mate. I'm doing this one and then I'm going. ZQXV, who's your top 4 for the Prem next season? Well, I assume you mean top 5 in terms of Champions League. So I would say top 5 as in to qualify for the Champions League. I think it'll be, in some order at the top, Liverpool and City. Then it'll be a fairly big gap. And then Arsenal, maybe Chelsea. And then for 5th place, I would say it's any one of 3. Any one of 3. I think it's Villa, Tottenham, maybe Newcastle. But Newcastle really concern me. I think Newcastle really concern me because Newcastle struggled. You got in on you got in on goal difference last season. And if we're dead honest, if Villa had got the decision at Old Trafford that they should have got, Newcastle wouldn't even be in the Champions League this season. And I think they're going to struggle next year with the ability to compete in both competitions. The same way they did the year before, the same way Villa did last year. So yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Newcastle. I think they're going to find it really tough to compete on all fronts. And I would imagine it's an interesting season for them in Europe. They probably have a very good season in Europe, but probably not such a good season domestically. And I think Spurs really do kick on. I'm looking forward to seeing Thomas Frank's Spurs. Stan, I think Newcastle could have a challenge in the race. A challenge in the race? The race for top 5? Yeah, well, I don't think I don't think they'll walk the top 5. Put it that way. Nicholas, hard for England to get 5 teams 2 seasons in a row. How? It doesn't change, does it? It doesn't change anything. The top 5. There's still a criteria. It's based on coefficients, isn't it? How each league's teams perform in Europe. And this season it was us and Spain quite comfortably, wasn't it? Yeah, Italy and Germany didn't really get anywhere near it. So I think it's far more likely that England do it again next year. If 5 places are up for grabs and UEFA haven't changed anything, which I'm led to believe is not the case, then it's far more likely that we see, England and Spain probably get 5 again. Wouldn't be surprising at all. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Coefficient going to be divided by 9. One team not pulling their weight and it's over. That's possibly true, yeah. But again, I would argue that Nottingham Forest in the Conference League, I think Forest can go far in the Conference League. Palace, you're right, maybe Palace. We don't know what happens with them in the Europa. That's going to be tough. But Spurs, Newcastle, Villa, I think they can all do well. I think they can all hold their own. I guess we'll see. Italy and Germany had more teams. That's why neither of them made it this year. Same may happen. Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. It's a valid point. I'll take that. Take that on board. We've got 3 minutes left here. There's a big scrap. There's a big scrap on the pitch. Chimey, Reinders, Savio, Marmoush and Haaland are my players to watch next season. Savinho, for me, I just don't rate him. Savinho, for me, is in the same group as Doku. Chimey, did you see the Modric highlight reel on the Madrid channel? I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't watch it. There's an Oviedo player down here. The referee has got a red card in his hand. I don't know who it's for, mind. But there's lots of pointing and shouting. Stan, I think Forest could be the one with a mass downfall. I think Forest will be quite happy with finishing 17th. as long as they do well in Europe. I actually think they're far more likely to qualify for Europe next season by winning the Conference League. They're far more likely to do that than by doing it via the league placing, aren't they? Right, the ref, I think, is just saying everyone to calm down here. I don't know if he is going to go and have a look at anything on the VAR. No, I don't think he is. I think it's fine. I think he's just letting everything settle down. That's good refereeing. Just let it all settle down. And tell everyone to get back to their places. Nicholas, I don't like that he went from Savio to Savinio once he joined City. See, when I think of Savio to me reminds me of the West Ham. Do you remember the West Ham wonder kid? Savio Nessus and Serico. Do you remember him? He signed for big money for West Ham. And he was shocking. He was absolutely shocking. Can't remember who he played for. It was some team in Italy, was it? Was it like Palermo or something like that? I think it was... No, it wasn't Palermo. It wasn't Palermo. It wasn't Palermo. Come on, Key. Who did he play for? He's still playing. He's still playing. He was a Ugandan forward and they signed him from Brescia. They signed him from Brescia. He was 19 years of age. They signed him for big money. He came in, he barely got a kick. And then he's since played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 15 teams in 15 years. Savio and Sereko signed for West Ham for big money from Brescia. And 15 teams in the subsequent 15 years. There's a little throwback for you. Right, we are past the 120 minutes. It's now into extra time, and how much is the referee going to put up on his board here at the side? How many minutes have we got? Extra time, I wonder. It's probably going to be about 10. Probably going to be about 10 minutes. Funny that Brazil is the biggest exporter, and Firmino is the one who did best in the Prem. Firmino was good. I mean, do you think Firmino is the best Brazilian ever to play in the Prem? I think Coutinho would have to be, you know. Coutinho, I would say, was better than Firmino. Or Alisson, actually. I think Alisson, just because he's a goalkeeper, is so underthought of and underplayed. He's for me, I've never seen a better goalkeeper. And I know that's maybe a ridiculous shout to some, but I honestly, I've never seen a better goalkeeper than Alisson Becker in my entire life. Right, Miranda's about to pump the ball long here. There's only, is it 5 minutes of added on time at the end? 5 minutes. ZQXV, how would you feel if Salah didn't win the Ballon d'Or? How would I feel? My Miranda's very nearly pinching it there at the end. How would I feel if Salah didn't win the Ballon d'Or? A little bit cheated. But I would also feel a little bit, maybe not vindicated or justified. I guess I would feel, you know, a little bit flat, because I would think to myself, well, do you know what? That just proves, if nothing else, it proves that it's a total sham. It's a total popularity contest. It's nothing to do with football. It's just about who's going to sell the most shirts, or who's going to, you know, make UA for the most money or whatever. And I think, you know, Lamine Yamal, if it isn't Salah, I am almost certain it'll be Lamine Yamal or Mbappe, because those two are the poster child, aren't they? Those two are the ones that they want to promote. I don't think Dembele or Rafinha get near it, if I'm really honest with you. If you're going to give it to Dembele and Rafinha, you give it to Salah, don't you? Because Salah's been better than both of them. He's been better than both of them, and he's been better than both of them for over a longer period of time too. So you'd have to give it to Salah if you're thinking about giving it to them too. Cazorla's in tears here. Cazorla is in tears. There's literally minutes left. There's going to be... It's just going to erupt. It's going to erupt. There has been another red card at the end of this game. 2 red cards actually. I didn't notice it. Both teams had a player sent off, so both teams are down to 10 men here. Egeluz and Kostas got sent off in that whole scrap, that scramble that we saw earlier. Oh, they've done it. The ref's blown up. The ref has blown up. Real Oviedo are up to La Liga. They've done it. Real Oviedo back up to La Liga. There's a pitch invasion. Cazorla's on the floor in tears. This is scenes. This is absolute scenes. Real Oviedo. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. And it's been a long time, by the way. It has been a long time since Real Oviedo were in the top flight. It's been a long time. Look at that. Look at them scenes on the pitch. Look at them scenes on the pitch. That is absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, it's over 20 years that Real Oviedo have been. They got relegated. I think it was 2002, 2003. It was a long time. Well, 20 years ago they got relegated, and they were they were in a really dark place. I remember the players. This is the big story about Cazorla, Mata, ex-Premier League, ex-Real Oviedo players who played for the club, had to bail them out, had to give them money. The club have been right down the bottom. They've been in the 4th and the 5th division of La Liga. It's been a torrid time for him, and this is massive. This is huge for him, getting back up to the top flight after such a long time away. And yeah, the Estadio Nuevo Carlos will be seeing La Liga football next season. Look at that. They're taking bits of the net away and everything. They're destroying the pitch, for God's sake. Stan, I'm excited for what Mamardashvili could bring. The one and only. I think Brazil will win the World Cup. Yeah, so they've got a chance, but not with Ancelotti. I think Ancelotti. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be getting off to a good start with him, does he? Ever since the Ronaldo and Messi era ended, the Ballon d'Or has been good, except Rodri. Nicolas Arnaud, unfortunately, it'll go to Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's big propaganda machine. See, this is what I'm worried about. That is what I'm worried about, sadly. That's lovely. Look at that. Kids absolutely crying. Adults, grown men in tears. I mean, it's incredible. This is what football is about right here. This is what footy is about. We saw a little bit of this with Oldham and Southend in the playoff final, and this is wonderful. So, with that said, let me turn that off. Spain is winning the World Cup. Just look at that team. Well, they're certainly not winning the Under-21s championships. England knocked them out tonight. The Young Lions knocked them out tonight. Right. Listen. I am talk about Portsmouth. I love Portsmouth. Linvoy Primus. Let's name some random Portsmouth players. Linvoy Primus. Right, and what was I going to say? Yes, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. We've been live for a long time tonight. I apologise for technical issues earlier. By the way, if you are coming back tomorrow, we will be live at 4 p.m. for Denmark against France in the Under-21s quarter-final. Come back and watch it with us. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock kickoff. I'll be live at 4, and then at 8 o'clock. Germany against Italy, again in the Under-21s quarterfinals. Come and check it out. Come and see it. We'll be live. We'll be talking football. We'll be talking about everything. We'll be talking about Man United and Portsmouth, and we'll be talking about Liverpool, and we'll be talking Premier League predictions, World Cup predictions, La Liga, Eredivisie. We'll be talking everything. We'll have a big. We'll sort the world out tomorrow night, right? So come and join me. 4 p.m. tomorrow, Denmark and France. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Germany and Italy. Take it easy. Have a nice night, whatever you're doing, and enjoy your Saturday night.